all the videos you want about me. I don't care.
Say what you want. Put all the videos out there that you want, because frankly, I don't care what you think.
So go ahead, all you trolls. Make videos about this. Go and make all the videos you want.
Or you want to make videos about me? I just don't care anymore. I really don't care. I don't care if people re-upload this video. You can make fun of me all you want. It doesn't bother me.
Let me first play this disclaimer so you guys can see it. This way it's up for the public record. Disclaimer. Nothing in this presentation was obtained illegally. Everything you are about to see has been researched using public domains such as Facebook, YouTube, Google, and/or other forms of social media platforms. No family images, home addresses, and/or any direct information shall not be used unless it has already been publicly displayed on either Facebook, YouTube, Google, and/or public social media outlets.
Oh, it's gonna piss me off. It looks like I'm still having some technical problems. The videos are buffering. In my defense, I didn't. I've been trying to make my videos smaller. Like I've been doing them at a lower resolution. I can cam up here. Hey everybody. Yeah, I've been trying to repackage the video as a small resolution. I don't know. I didn't have this problem. Now I have this problem. I blamed my kid last week. I said it was his fault, but it's not his fault. Oh, now I'm looking at me on StreamYard, and StreamYard choppy. What the hell's going on? Not a StreamYard. Yeah, StreamYard. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to restart this stream, like I've seen Maga Man do. That would suck. Let me see. Let me listen to myself. Maybe I'm okay. Am I talking okay? One, two, three. Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm watching myself. Oh man, I'm buffering. God damn it. Well, I might be having some kind of weird technical problem. I'm trying to think offhand how I can fix this. Okay, I think this is what I'm gonna do. Oh, it's okay for you, Hank, because for me, I'm like robot. I'm roboting to myself in StreamYard, which is frustrating the fuck out of me. Could be better, but still okay. Let me see. I'm gonna do a quick little test. Now I'm like Maga Man. I'm ruining my own live stream. Let's see. Speed test. I'm doing a little quick. This is what they say whenever you have a problem. They're like, run a speed test. But everything that I point to says, oh well, sometimes when you go live, it just sucks. It just sometimes your connection just sucks and you get a raw deal, and that's just how it goes. Testing upload. Yeah, I seem to be a little weird and choppy. So maybe this is what I'll do. Maybe I'll leave this live stream running. This is what I'll do. I'll leave it running, and I'll reboot stuff on my end, and I'll just come back. And so that's what I'll do. So yeah, I'll just this way, because I think if I disconnect, I have to then it goes away, and it's almost like the broadcast ends. So that's what I'm going to do. So everybody hang out. We're having some technical difficulties. Maybe no, I'm not going to put a splash screen on because I'm going to reboot. Okay, I'm rebooting. Everybody hang tight, and we'll see what happens. And let me just go to this. I'll turn my cam off. Boop. Okay, everyone, hang tight. I'm going to try some technical stuff, and we'll be right back. See you. Bye. Did that work? do I seem better? I rebooted all my shit. Let me see. I'm gonna look at I'm looking at the live feed. Oh, I'm looking at myself. Okay. Do I sound okay? Test 1, 2, 3. I seem to be better. All right. Yeah. Whenever I see my nemesis have a problem, he sits there for 20 minutes and he's hobnobbing about, and I'm screaming as an IT guy. I'm just like, just reboot everything, because that's the secret IT thing. Rebooting everything solves like 50% of all IT problems. Don't don't tell that to everybody, because then IT people will be out of business. But if it's just reboot all your router and IT shit, it comes back. So let's go to the chat. Let's see. Oh, I have to invite people. Let's see. Put the thing out. Well, sorry about that, everybody, but I think we're doing okay now. Put this. Go back to this link to get in. Everybody's invited, of course. Penny Pounder, please come on in if you want. We'll pin that up top. Pin. Oh. Maybe I'm still having problems. No, it seems to be okay. All right, let's go to the chat here. Got Jeff. Oh, Jeff, number 1. You did it. You're the first guy. Mr. Cock, hailing from Texas. How are you, sir? Hank the Mean Man. Thanks, Hank. Who else? Penny. Penny, it looks like you're number 4. Penny, the only guy taking freebies is your guy. Sometimes I think that Penny Powder is trolling Maga Man. He's in for like he's doing the long haul troll. Oh, I see Bike Light. There you go. Yes. Your pal emerged. Uglier. Thank you, sir. And I said, I might go. Oh my God, really, Penny? When Penny says that, he means he's going to send me a dick. He's going to send me some pornography or a dick pic, because the MAGA army, they love talking about dicks. They love mentioning dicks. They love imagining their nemesises with dicks in them or on them. Ejaculate is another favorite. Apologies up top. Oh, and speaking of up top, so yeah, I'll do the usual. This show's 18 or older. I should have mentioned that before I mentioned ejaculate. And if a guest comes on and says something crazy, that's the guest's view. That's not necessarily my view. Sometimes you can't control lunacy. Sometimes someone may put a dick on the screen. There's going to be nudity. There might be nudity. There's definitely going to be foul language. And so, discretion is advised, all that legal jargon, blah, blah, blah. I tried playing my Maga Man intro, but it was roboting. And we'll see. Maybe I just had to reboot everything. I hadn't rebooted since I had problems last week, so maybe that's what it was. It was just a simple reboot. I should have tried that up top. But anyway, oh boy, I missed last week, and there was so much to talk about. It almost worked out because Maga Man did a week's worth of stuff. Then Thursday came up, Wednesday or Thursday. I didn't do the show, but then Wally got a week-long strike, and according to him, he got called out for a video he made last year, 2021, and he was bitching about that. It was something about the coronavirus, and he got nabbed for it, misinformation, and he was all mad. So what I'm saying is, he did a week's worth of stuff. I didn't do a show, but then he got a week-long ban, and here I am now. So it almost works out that even though I missed a week, Wally didn't do anything for a week, so it's almost like even Steven. So, but boy, did he come back with a vengeance. I'm gonna wait for some guests and review it. His first video out of the gate was just like, maybe somebody should shoot up the YouTube staff. That was his first video. And like whenever Maga Man Wally gets mad at something, like murder and death is not off the table. It doesn't matter what you did to him. He's just like, your kid should die, you should die, everyone at the company should die, death. That's Maga Man. right out of the gate, kill people. Oh wait, we got can't take that. Like Penny, you can't take it, but like you tune in every week. You're like the first person to like join the chat. We see you on the way out. You make fun of everybody. It's great. And like, if you don't like the back and forth, just come on the show, cam up. People want to see what the hell you are. We don't even know if you're a man or a woman. Give us something, Penny. Penny, are you a man or a woman? Let's go for that. What are your pronouns? Mag Army loves pronouns. Penny, what's your pronoun? Tell us what you are. We'd be thrilled to know. Anyway, let me see. Did I even check see if I'm able to hear myself? Yes, okay, I can hear myself. Sorry, a little unprofessional show. Well, good, Penny. Like, retire, buddy. It's not worth it. I understand where you're coming from. It's hard to defend your guy. That's what happens to most people who like try to be friends with Maga Man. Like you learn that all he's interested in is here, like you reaching out to him and saying, "Are you okay?" But he doesn't want to take any critical advice because he can't take himself critically. He can't. Every now and again, he makes a video and he's like, "I've done things and I'm sad," but he really doesn't believe it because the next week he's right back to where he was. But yeah, Penny, it's fine. Retire. Go to wherever retired MAGA Army people go to, and Wally will have to find some new recruits. I mog that shit at mog. I don't know. I don't know if mog is a term. Again, Penny, like when you say something like mog, I'm like, is Penny like a millennial and I'm like a Gen Xer and I don't understand, or did he just mistype and I mean something else? Is mog something? He likes emojis, which is like a millennial thing. Gen Xers don't like. Sometimes we'll do at the end of a sentence, we'll do smiley face, just to like, especially with my wife. Sometimes you'll type something on the phone, and like it'll come out like you don't know the context of it. Like, are you mad? Are you angry? So like that's where the emoji started with me anyway. I'll be like, I'll be home in a second. Smiley. That means like I'm not. I'll be home in a second. Like, see, it's like I'll be home in a second, dear. Smiley face. That's why Gen Xers do emojis, but the millennials do emojis all in a sentence because that's how they type and it's faster and they're more efficient. Like old boomers will be like, "Oh, they should teach kids cursive in school." But I'm a firm believer that like language evolves and writing evolves, and I say like let millennials use emojis in like school papers. It's like an efficient way of typing. They're always going to have their phone on them. That was one thing that we talked about. Like that's a Gen Xer thing. Like you would use in school, you would have a calculator, and the teacher would be like, you're not always going to have a calculator. But now everyone has a calculator all the time. Teachers were wrong. So what I'm getting at is kids are always going to have some kind of handheld device, or maybe eventually it'll be embedded in your brain and you won't even have a device. But they're always going to have something that they're going to type with. So if they want to use emojis and words like mog, let them do it. That's what I say. Let's say, well, yeah. Let's see. Do we ever find out what mog means? Walter's right about everything about. Okay, let's see. Yes. Even though Penny, I'll put up my videos where I show Wally. He constantly contradicts himself. But you be you. Believe him. I'm not losing any sleep over it. Beat the F out of you is mog. But that's not beat the F out of you. Beat the F out of you would be BFO, would be BFO. not MOG. Someone tell me what the hell MOG stands for. Maga Army tried by sex dolls. Yes, the other thing. Oh, we were going to talk about that too. Like I said, I have some videos. Hopefully, they won't robot when I try to upload these videos. Actually, I got the speed test open. Let's do a speed test again. Let's see. Actually, I probably shouldn't do this now because it's gonna like fuck up the stream. Oh yeah, my upload is like 30% faster. I mean, my download. Let's see. Now it's doing upload, which is probably a bad thing to talk right now. Am I gonna robot? I might robot. Oh, my upload doubled since I rebooted. So maybe that was it. Yeah, I'm not I'm a Gen Xer, born in '73. Boomers are much. I think boomers end in like the '60s, maybe. I call my old man a boomer, and my dad pointed out. My dad, God bless us, he's still with us. He pointed out that he's actually before boomer, which I think is a silent generation. So every time he'll say some old man thing, and I'll be like, "All right, boomer." He'll be like, "Actually, I'm a silent generation. All right, read a book. That's my old man." Mom is a boomer. She just makes the cutoff. But no, I'm a Gen Xer. Penny, Penny? Are you? How about that? Are you a man or a woman? And give us like your, are you Gen X, millennial? Give us something. We're very curious about you, especially if you're retiring, Penny. You have nothing to lose. Let us know what the fuck you are. Yeah, he's not gonna go on. Oh, did I pin the link? Let me see. I'm looking back at my YouTube chat. When I go back to YouTube, it's a little choppy, which gets me like a little paranoid. But I can't do anything about it because it's YouTube. And that was the one thing I want to talk about with Maga Man. Like Maga Man, like we'll talk about it in a bit. He made a video where I don't see that. Okay, it's pinned. Where he makes a video and he's constantly bitching about YouTube. He's like, oh, YouTube is well, the theme of this video is hey YouTube, if you keep censoring conservative voices like me, which is confusing because Wally says he's a libertarian some days. It depends. Because if you keep stifling conservatives like me, maybe we'll shoot up your headquarters. That was the gist of the video that I'll play in a little bit. But like, but people like conservatives like Wally are also in the family of, if you have a bakery, you don't have to bake a cake for the gay couple. That was a big thing years ago. Like some bakery was like, we're not making a cake for the two gay people, and it was a big thing. It started a big conversation. But conservatives like Walter were like, well, that's their bakery, that's their business. They could do whatever they want. They set the rules. But then when it comes to something like YouTube telling Wally what he can and can't do, then it's like the First Amendment. It's like, dude, YouTube is YouTube. YouTube makes the rules. You can make a website and go to it and put a video and say anything you want, but nobody's going to see it because YouTube has the audience. YouTube, they'll promote your shit. Like they have all the technology and they set the fucking rules. So if they say you can't talk about the Rona, that's it. So stop. And it's amazing to me that Wally is, his rebuttal is, I'm gonna murder people from YouTube. Like that's like, what do you think's gonna happen? Fun fact: I reported the shit out of that video, and I talked to other people, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I reported it too." In fact, I shouldn't tell you this, guys. This is a thing behind the scenes. But one of the people that said they said like they went to the authorities with that video. It's not me, Wally. And I didn't incite my guests to do it. You incited my guests to do it because you hint that you're going to murder people. That's what triggers authorities to come to your house and talk to you, not like the trolls, okay? The trolls watch your videos and go, holy shit. But for the record, I just watched it and like rolled my eyes. That Wally, right out of the gate, he did this a while ago when his channel was taken away. He made a video threatening YouTube. It's on YouTube. Like, what do you think's gonna happen, buddy? It's fascinating to me. So this is just me rambling on. We have some coffee over here. I got my this Wally will like this. This is a Brooklyn mug. Look, and it reminds me, if you guys are there any Beastie Boys fans out there? There's a Beastie Boys album. And this is what the inside. This isn't that, but it almost looks like it. There's a Beastie Boys album, and like if you take out the CD, is like artwork, and it goes out. It's like a sketch of the New York City skyline. I think it's the 5 boroughs. Somebody Google the 5 boroughs by Beastie Boys. So this is my Brooklyn mug. Wally will like that. If you look really closely, you can see BLM and Antifa. They're very small, but they're running because we all know at Brooklyn, there might be one in that window right there. Some BLM Antifa guys running around. So yeah, you gotta use this mug cautiously because someone may someone may riot when I'm drinking. Speaking of that, Slippery made a video. Someone mentioned Slippery. Yeah, Hank, I talked to I talked to Slippery off camera. I really like having Slippery on the show, but I think he's busy. He said he was busy yesterday, and he's busy today. He actually mentions it on his video that he's been. I think he's got guests over, so he's kind of busy. Also, Thursday he might be at the lodge. I don't know. I didn't really get into it with him today, but I kind of wrote him off this episode. Curse you, Slippery. Eating catered food with his devil worshipping Mason pals. But he apologized and said I was gonna skip another week, but I didn't. I'm like, if I don't want to get a reputation of skipping weeks. I wish I had 1,000 subs, so everybody like and subscribe. Because once you get 1,000 subs, you get a community page, which, if you don't know, is very much like a Facebook page where you can just put text and a message and it'll pop up on your phone. And that way I could just be like, hey, there's no Dogpile this week. But now the only thing I could do is I can make a video and say there's no Dogpile. But that I feel kind of silly every time I do it. And it gives another opportunity for Maga Man to flag, because I made one announcement and he flagged it for copyright. I was like, you son of a bitch. So I thought that was kind of like, I don't want to give him an extra opportunity by every time I do an announcement, he could flag it for copyright. Or I'm using his artwork, or he'll say something ridiculous like that. Well, looks like we got sock jobs. I hope it is. Let's see what happens. We'll come in. Savage, is it you?
Yo, Dan
Maybe
King,
he
what's
butt
up, brother?
It's
me, Savage Scott.
Oh, there you go, man. Yeah, I got to be cautious. A penny pounder threatened to. He said he was going to come on.
It's me.
How's it going, man?
What's
How's
right?
Texas? Yeah. How's the Lone Star State?
Dude, Texas sucks, dude. A lot of things going on. I'm here with a buddy. We're having a good time. We're getting drunk. We're smoking a bowl, and we're watching the show. I missed you last week, man.
Yeah. I know. Like it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to do this stuff. I also had my kid with me. I took my kid for a couple weeks. Normally he's at a residential school, but I took him for it was something like 20 days I had him straight because gas is so expensive and he's 3 hours away. Every time I go to pick him up, it's probably like $200 of gasoline. So I'm like, I'm going to take him and have him for a long time. So he was also with me last week, which would have been difficult to bring him on the show.
So I wanted to talk about Wally for a moment. I've mentioned before that, in my opinion, my thoughts is Wally is a pederast from the videos that he's made before, and he recently made a video about his Freddy Krueger uniforms, and
yes,
Freddy Krueger is a no pederast.
Yes.
Yeah.
He also cosplayed Darth Vader, which is also a guy who murders children.
Yes, and then when he's at Esteban's house, he hangs out in his kids' room.
Yes.
And then on top of that, when Wally has people over at his house, they spend the night in his kids' room.
Yeah, well, they don't have any choice. Well, we don't know. That one time Kevin came over, he might have been on the couch. It's hard to tell. Are those bunk beds like normal sized beds? Like if you or I got on it, would we have to crawl into a ball because our feet would go off the end? Maybe his friend was on the couch.
We'd have to cuddle for a little bit, but either way, I think that he makes it a point to make people know that that's his kids' room. That's his fucking kids' room. Yeah.
Another thing Wally does is every time he makes a video where he says, I'm not this and I'm not that, a lot of times he is. That's why he's saying it. So he may be onto something.
That one night that he witnessed that the drive-by.
Yes. It was life-changing.
My question is, oh geez, how can I put this?
He was very traumatized by it.
No. Putting that aside, I honestly think he was at a gay bar. He was out there at 2 in the morning.
Yes, in his video, he's like, "I'm just out getting
I'm not
air."
trying to sound like an asshole, but he was dressed like a homo, and it's just weird. He was at the gay bar at the Blue Oyster.
That was one of. It's funny you say that because one of my other viewers, he pointed out that because Wally, I missed the live stream. I only caught bits and pieces of it. Ooh, I put too much drink in my thing. I'm like overflowing. He pointed out that the road that Wally was on at 12:30 in the morning on a Tuesday, or whenever the hell it was, there's a strip club like right there. It wasn't a gay strip club, but it was a strip club, and we were laughing about it. And but I said, I don't think Wally has the money to go to a strip club. Like but then again, he does waste his money, so maybe he got that $6,000 bailout, and he went to the titty bar with singles. He's like, yeah.
I honestly think he's getting over a baby mama, and he's getting out there, trying to meet some people, maybe trying to meet some chicks, or in my opinion, another man that wants to come over and spend the night in his kid's bedroom. I think Wally wants to get out there and get himself seen. A few months ago, he did the whole the circle jerk with the what do you call them, the ex alcoholics, the ex junkies, the ex cokeheads. He joined that circle. In my opinion, he said something or something happened when they told him to fuck off. And
What do you mean? You mean the guy when the guy was committing suicide? That
yes.
circle of friends? Yeah, they're all like misfits.
Yes.
Something's wrong with all of them.
Exactly. What the fuck happened with that? It never came up again. I think
I don't know if we speculated there was a guy.
They were like, "Nah, dude, fuck you, dude. You're just some weirdo dude that jerks off, and you have a kids room, and you're gay or something." I don't know.
Yeah, he looked. He should do. He was growing a beard and he looked better, but in his drive-by shooting, he was clean shaven, and he's not a good looking. He looks a little soft and doughy. I think I have you. Well, maybe we'll watch a clip. I got his. Oops, I had clicked the wrong button. I got the.
There's a clip coming up. Nice.
Let me say. I got. This is when he was witness to drive-by. This is what I'm talking about. He's very soft and doughy looking in this. Hopefully this will upload okay after I reboot all my stuff.
Something very frightening.
It's all choppy. Fuck.
Happened right in front of my car.
Yeah, so that was, but yeah, like he should grow a beard, right? Like he's not a good looking, he's not a good looking man. Let's say like
a bullfrog. Yeah.
Yeah, he almost looks like he's dressing in drag, but he only got halfway done. Like he put like eyeliner, he plucked his eyebrows out, he put eyeliner on, but he's still not done with all the makeup.
He's wearing fucking makeup. Yes, he is. He's wearing fucking makeup. So,
I don't think I think he's just very smooth, but like he needs to I have a beard because it's good camouflage. I'm getting old. I'm getting old man neck, so you cover it up,
He looks like Paul Bear without the mustache. My buddy, my guest, he wants to add his 2 cents. Just give me 2 seconds. Here you go. Oh, nothing, dude. I was just saying he looks like Paul Bear without the fucking mustache.
He needs something. Like I hate saying that because he always has swag and pins and shit. So to say it a while, you need something else. It's kind of like bad because he'll get like another pin, but it's not like he needs like I don't know a facial hair. Wally, grow some facial hair.
No. The last time he had facial hair, I think he was doing his whole Nazi, white power.
Hebrew in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, brother?
We got. Oh yeah, but I saw Bubblegum before. But Bubblegum, what's your deal, man? Are you MAGA Army? Are you not MAGA Army? You on the fence? What's elaborate in the chat? Let's see. We got Inspector Gadget. I feel like I've seen Inspector Gadget before.
He's racist.
What years are we talking about? I think I missed something in the chat. This Penny's always shouting in caps. So Savage, your friend sounds just like you. You have the same. Is that like a Southern Texan accent? What is that?
Geez, how do I describe you, brother?
I guess it's an El Paso accent.
It's an El Paso.
El Paso. I was
accent.
gonna say you both have you enunciate the same words and you sound very similar.
Well, the way it works here in this city is I'm from one neighborhood growing up, and he's from like the opposite side of the city growing up. It's the way. How do I say that?
I guess every time
when we meet somebody, we ask each other, ¿Qué barrio? ¿Dónde eres? You know what I mean? Like, where you from?
Is that what that means? I don't know. I don't. That's Spanish. I assume.
That means basically like what gang, what neighborhood, what part of the city are you from?
We're not in gangs. I don't ask.
Well, it's not a gang, but you know what I mean. It's like,
Your friend's like, don't say gang.
But yeah,
Penny Pounder, a little anti-Semitism there. Pounder is Hammerhand. I don't think that's. I know who Hammerhand, but I think that guy's way too busy. He's got a lot of views. That guy. He's like a big MGTOW guy. I think Hammerhand. The only reason I know about him is because once Wally, he went down a list of people you should subscribe to, and I like wrote everything down, and I subscribed to them all just to keep my eye out for him.
Oh, Dan. So I wanted to bring this up. Wally made this video about the drive-by.
Yes.
He was fucking traumatized by what happened. Yet he's got no problem shooting at people with his pepper balls that throw water bottles at him. But yet a couple of gunshots and he's traumatized.
Yeah, I didn't see his whole live stream, but he sounded like he says like he saw the guys leaning out of the car with their guns, and they were shooting at something, not him. And he like swerved off the road, and he saw the whole thing, and he had to. He was going to live stream, but then his friend had to come over and to calm him down because he was so distraught. And then the next day he made his live stream.
Wally's a fucking moron, dude, because he has no idea who those fucking people are. But yeah, he's making police reports, putting his fucking face on video and saying, "This is what I saw."
Yes. In fact, if I talk to the police, I might be able to ID them from a lineup. Like, don't say that.
But I'm sure he got a couple of police business cards and say, "Oh, I know this guy." Like,
oh yeah. You know, he scored like 5 cards that night. Yeah. He was like, "Oh yeah," he's spanning them out.
He's a fucking idiot. This is just my opinion. I'm not trying to be an asshole, dude. But you don't literally make a YouTube video saying, "This is what I witnessed. These people in this car shooting at these other people, and then this is what happened."
That came up whenever Wally makes a video. I'm chatting with all my friends, and someone said the same thing. It's like, should he be telling like his story, like what he saw, like the criminals could be watching, you know?
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Like, and I like what Wally said. It was this life-changing
person. These people are not wanted. If you have any fucking information on them, please let us know. Yeah, idiot, pendejo.
I you know, like Wally was so traumatized by it. He put in the streets where he had a map up, and I happened to take a screenshot of the map before his channel got yanked. So I like looked up them, and I was searching. Long story short, I was searching for what happened, and it was such a traumatizing thing. There's no information about it anywhere. Like the cops didn't think to like note it. It's not in the press. It was just another Tuesday night in the world of whatever, South Carolina or North Carolina, and it's not as there's nothing. I looked. There was a couple things that happened on that street in the past, like years ago. There was something, but Wally makes it like it was this huge crime scene, and like no one even thought to report it. It was just a blip on the radar that night, But Wally, he had to have his friend come over to comfort him. Are you okay, Wally? Did you see some scary things? Wally must have been like, and my favorite part is he was telling the story. He's like, "Oh, I was so distraught. I had some coffee, and then I was up all night, and I almost had a panic attack." It's like, yeah, you can't if your nerves are shot, you don't drink caffeine. Like you're gonna have a heart attack, you know. But Wally's doing it wrong. He's supposed to have booze when you're stressed out. You know, he's supposed to relax. But Wally is drinking coffee to make his nerves even crazier. Yeah, he kind of stopped talking about it. Let me see.
Always an idiot.
Let me look at that video. I think I've been trying to, like, when I prepare these videos to talk about, I tried to make them smaller in size, and I think that one was kind of big. Let's see if I got a smaller one we could maybe upload and have better luck. I'm kind of bummed that I'm still dealing with this choppy video problem. So that video was 500 megs. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do this as a test. So this is I have a clip from this is Wally when he's talking about his, it's 20 minutes of him talking about his Freddy Krueger sweaters. And I almost don't want to make fun of it because I said in the past, like, Wally, if you're going to do a video, that's the kind of dumb shit you should do. You should just talk about some comic booky nerdy thing and not, like, keeps it on task. And just do that, but of course, you can't. So let's try.
Dan, I've been waiting for this fucking stream for 2 weeks, dude. Fucking play it, please.
All right, hold on. Well, now I'm really bummed that it's choppy. Oh, I didn't. I'll see. Here we go. Boom. Hopefully this will work. It was a test.
What's going on, everyone? So, as you guys know, on the channel, I've talked about this, that I used to cosplay as the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader for several Star Wars groups in New York City. Unfortunately, I was severely mistreated by one of them. I was pretty much thrown under the bus because of an event that took place at a buddy of mine who runs a convention. His convention is called WinterCon. I spent over $1,000 of my own money. And an unruly security guard unfortunately picked a fight with me, and I was unfortunately thrown under the bus by them so that they could protect their public image and their 501c status. And obviously, you guys know I have been attacked by these people
that same bullshit
because that's all they care about is their free tickets and stuff. But one of the things I used to also do is cosplay as Freddy Krueger.
So that's there's Wally. Like, imagine if you're interested in Freddy Krueger sweaters, and you want all of a sudden some guys like, yes, WinterCon, and there's this thing, and these people, and they're after me. Like, what? God damn it, the videos are choppy. And whenever I upload a video, StreamYard starts getting choppy. Oh, they're speaking in code. Maybe a 33 angle. And also in that dumb video when he used to show his sweaters, he got that backdrop clip. The thing I keep saying, like, Wally, get a green screen. He used the clips, almost like rubbing it in. Like, I don't have a green screen, but I could use this thing to show my dumb sweaters. And Wally, like an idiot, like, why don't you show a screenshot or a still of the Freddy Krueger that you're talking about? Because he's like, oh, this sweater is for this version of Freddy Krueger in this movie. Put up a picture of Freddy Krueger from Freddy Krueger 2 or whatever. Well, I forget the names of the movies. Nightmare on Elm Street, whatever. But he doesn't. It's like 20 minutes of him looking at a rack of sweaters. It's like the most boring as shit. Of course I watched it. And like I said, he starts off with WinterCon. Imagine just somebody like, oh, I'm thinking of getting into Freddy Krueger cosplay. Oh, here's a guy who's reviewing sweaters, and there's Wally, WinterCon, and my trolls, and they're after me, and they threw me under the bus. Like, what?
Hey, Dan. I'm not trying to interrupt, but you were saying something about your friend knowing that street that Wally was on that one night during the drive-by.
Yes.
So what about it? I kind of feel like you're gonna say something like the Blue Oyster is there. There's a gay bar there.
No, that there is. He said. Let me see. I'll look it up. I can look at my Facebook chat. He said, And in Wally's defense, I think it's like a main street, so there's a lot of stuff on that street. But he said that like there's a strip club there. It's just a straight strip club, it's just chicks and lap dances and poles, I imagine. But he's like, yeah, this is where Wally like is when he's making that video when he's in the parking lot. I think he was suggesting that that's where he was. so there's a strip club there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I don't think Wally has the money for a titty.
Actually,
bar.
I think he does, dude.
He might be throwing his money away though.
Fucking check. He got that check from the government a couple of months ago, something like 8,000, 7,000, some bucks. He bought a couple of things.
Yeah, he's blowing it all already.
Right. Well, some of it, but yeah, he's got money. He got that insurance claim on his windshield on his car because he got fucking drive-by and peppered with bullets and dents and the wind.
Yeah. Like before, he was like, before he said Kevin Slippery and Wet called Esteban, and then my window got broken, so it must be related because that's the way his mind works. And then it turned into, oh wait, actually there's kids on bicycles that they threw rocks at my car. After he blames Slippery, then like somehow this is related because that's his part of the sanity is like whatever bad things happen in his life, they're connected. Like that's like the way his insane mind works.
I love how he thinks that there's actually somebody out there that wants to waste their time in killing him, like he's worth the fucking effort.
Yeah, that's part of his narcissism.
Yeah.
I think.
It's like, dude, Wally, if you're listening, dude, you're like literally not worth fucking 20 years of anything.
Yeah, there's always a chance you get caught for murder, and it's like,
right,
why'd you murder? Well, he was an asshole on social media.
Fucking electric chair, dude. You're just not, dude. You're a bitch, dude. But that's just my opinion as a YouTuber. Shock, Savage Cock.
I'm just saying stuff.
Yeah, me too. And I'm just listening and like rebuttaling. Yeah.
Let me see. All right, so I just went to the website. This is the that was the link that the guy sent me. He's like, this place is like that address is the streets that Wally described. This is on that street. So we're like, yeah, he's like, oh, I'm out getting air. And for the record, like I don't, who cares if you're going to like the titty bar? It's like, like, yeah, throw the girl some money, it's fine. but Wally, of course, has to be like, I was just out for some air, because he always thinks baby mama is watching his videos. So he has to be like, oh, I'm not interested in other girls. I don't even look at other girls.
Dude,
I just,
when he does that, I feel that he has like a new crowd that he's spoken to, like new subscribers. Every 3 to 6 months, he will scream out the same fucking story, dude. Baby mama, I was accused of. Some people that I trusted said this, and this is what happened. 9/11. So 9/11, like nonstop every few months. So I think he's feeding his ego, his new subscribers, just the same fucking bullshit.
And I think he also sends the link to baby mama, like, because he said he said that he sent her links to my channel, which I think is a riot. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? what you see in my videos?
I was gonna make a video on Colombian women. My computer's old and it's acting stupid, so I can't do it. But I was gonna make a video. It's kind of like a documentary on Colombian women, dude. And it was kind of to prove my point that a Colombian woman, it does not matter how many kids you have with her or what relationship you have with her, a Colombian woman will always listen to her parents, especially her father. So,
patriarch.
If you spend your time making videos telling her father pendejo and fuck you, he's gonna tell her, "You stay the fuck away from him."
You don't
And
think
she's
that's a
gonna
good tactic
listen
to get your girl back, to make to rip on her dad publicly?
Dude.
You don't think that's a good tactic to get her back? It's kind of amazing what he does. Like, so, and it's like I said, like I was saying before, like it's always death and murder is never off the table with Wally. Like if he's mad at somebody, it's just like maybe something will happen to you one day, and like he has to reel himself in.
And he'll make sure that he's there, or that he witnessed it, or had something to do with whatever the fuck it is that happened to you. Yes.
I'm missing some of the chat here. Oh, my StreamYard is all choppy. What's going on, man? I got good internet. What's happening? Maybe this is StreamYard that they're like fucking with my connection to try to make me that they want me to spend more money on the StreamYards.
Cover your face, man. Cover your face.
So Savage, cut. What like have you? Is your friend up to speed with all the lunacy that Wally does? Like, have you bored him to tears with?
Up to a point. Me and him don't keep in touch very often. He came by today. It was awesome. Right now we're fucking getting drunk. We've smoked a fuckload of bowls. We're just having a good time. But I did tell him, dude, this is live stream. I'm gonna see if I can join it, hang out, just listen, blah blah blah. It's about this fucker, whatever, blah blah blah. So yeah, he kind of sort of has an idea. Yeah. So right now, my buddy is putting on a do-rag. a do-rag, and yeah, motherfucker. Where my do-rag at? Oh, hold on. We're gonna show you if it's cool with you, Dan.
Yeah.
Just the atmosphere.
Uh-oh. There's people gagged and being tortured in the background. Like I said, my views do not reflect those of San Antonio. Oh, there's lots of stuff going on in the chat here. Yeah, Penny never answered if he's a man or a woman. There you go. Oh man, like this. I would be. You guys look like BLM. Jesus, with the not. God damn it, Nazi stuff. God, you're gonna get me in trouble. You know, I have some Hebrew.
My bad.
Hebrew viewers. You lunatic.
But again, we were just hanging out. What? I gotta make this.
That's just something you go down the street with.
All right.
Well, it must be real boring in San Antonio.
El Paso.
El Paso. I'm sorry, I said it San Antonio before.
El Paso.
It's all. I'm from New York. Texas is all the same. All I know about Texas is you're jealous of Alaska because Alaska's bigger. It's Alaska then Texas.
I lived in upstate New York. Well, I lived in Manhattan for a bit, and then I moved upstate to Utica, man. It sucks up there. New Hartford, Mohawk Valley, all that shit, dude.
He's from New York.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's New York, right, brother?
Yes,
sucks, though,
upstate
man.
New York.
Yeah, he's New York, dude.
I worked in Manhattan for a million years. Yeah, I don't believe you at all, Wallyologist. because Garage wouldn't care to be a mod.
Fuck you. If you've been to a gay bar, dude, you know Walter, dude. Fuck yeah, you do. Fuck you, dude. Dick.
Wally's the type of guy. We talked about it. Like you were saying that you worked in a porno place. Like Wally's a guy who would go to a gay bar and be like, "I'm just here for research. I'm writing a book, and I'm just gathering data." You know, like he can't say, "Hey, I'm interested in guys." Like he just can't admit that. You know, he would constantly deny what he is.
I did porn stores for about 22 years, on and off. I used to sell dildos and vibrators and porno out of the trunk of my car. on and off.
It's something
Eventually,
like a
I ended
13 billion a year business, like
Yeah.
globally.
Eventually, I ended up getting my own spot. I had my own business. Anyways, long story short, what I want to say is, in all that time, I met a lot of different customers, a lot of different people. One thing I did learn was, I'm not like CIA or anything, but one thing I did learn was body language. Body language. Dude, body language will tell you how much they're going to spend, what they're looking for, why the fuck they're there.
Yeah.
It'll tell you everything, dude.
They walk in the door
Wally,
and you get a feel on what's going on.
One thing about Wally, dude, I've seen his videos, dude, and his body language says gay. Gay in the closet, but he is gay, dude. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be an asshole, dude. But he is curious.
Yeah. I think he's interested in trans. Like every other video is about trans people, and then I think he said he's got a trans friend.
No.
He hangs out with every now and again.
Remember that one video when he was fucking the Aunt Jemima bottle?
Yes.
Before he started fucking the bottle, he started with sucking it like if it was a dick.
Yeah.
He did. I mean, I'm not making this up.
No, you preach to the choir. I mean, I've seen him when he talks about Kevin, slippery and wet. He's like, oh, like he fantasized about like shooting his load on Kevin's face. Like, why are you saying that? And it was a live stream, so it wasn't like he could edit it out. But he always imagines doing something sexual to his enemies. Like, what
he gets fucking detailed, dude. He gets detailed like slippery. I'm going to rub my dick.
He said, "You know why he's slippery? Because his back is covered with cum." Like, what?
And I'm gonna cover your back with cum and use it as fucking lube.
That'll show him.
Lick you. Yeah, dude. He's no offense.
That's an Apex Alpha move to have sex with your enemy.
Dude. By the sounds of it, it sounds to me like he's fucking just thinking of blowing his load on fucking Bon Jovi or in Bon Jovi's ass or something. Slippery when wet.
He's definitely, and he made a video recently for it's Pride Month, so he got a super straight hat, which I finally looked it up. Super straight is you're straight, but under no circumstances will you be with a trans person. Which is like, why do you have to announce that? It's almost like saying, I'm not into blonde girls. Like, I'm not into overweight girls. Like, why would you have to announce that to the world? Like,
this is those whoppers, I bet.
This is the same guy that made videos saying, "I will never sleep with a woman again."
Well, he said just baby mama. He's saving himself.
Yeah. No. But he did say, I am not gonna. If it's not baby mama, I am not gonna sleep with a woman again.
But he also announces under no circumstances will I have sex with a trans person. Like, why stand on a soapbox and say that? Like, just don't have. Like, why do you have to announce it?
According to his last few videos, at the pool, the barbecue, the whole apartment complex showed up, and they all shared the same gas, the propane.
They share the same gas.
He does hang out with trannies.
Yeah. But, like, part of that, I wonder, like, he said he has a trans friend, so I'm wondering if, because there was one video where he's at a barbecue, and it's like, there's a guy and a girl, and they seem to be like a pair, and then I think it's the trans friend, and so I imagine maybe everyone's like, oh, Wally and this trans person may get together, and maybe the trans person is thinking that. I think it's a trans woman. But then Wally's just like I'm gonna go out and get this hat. So I imagine Wally's gonna put on his new hat, super straight, and then the trans woman's gonna be like, oh, like she's gonna be all upset, like, oh, I thought Wally and I had a thing, and there's Wally like, fuck you, I will never fuck you. What's that?
His fedora?
No, he made a short video where he unboxed a super straight hat. And then for fun and giggles, he flashed the white power symbol. So he's flashing the white power OK thing next to the hat. And he's like, "Oh, look what I got." So he's actually going to walk around with a super straight hat. It says that logo on and that's like his new toy.
Yes. yes, I know what you're talking about. He unboxed a new box, and then there was a fucking hat in it with I'm super straight.
Super
or some
straight. Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sleep with trans people. Again, why announce it? Just don't.
Well, he's not gonna sleep with any other woman, according to a few of his videos, unless she's Cuban and it's baby mama. But something. Yeah.
Like so with a waifu. Waifu. I know waifu from Sifu. See, that's a rubber woman. They're very expensive. They're like $2,000 to get yourself a rubber girl. Yeah, let me see if I think I saw it before. I'm looking at my messenger. There we go. Here's a. Can I save this? I'm getting a picture of Wally's latest. It's also good because he's got his little tiny sausage fingers in it. Hold on, here we go. Say copy this, save as.
What is good?
All right, here we go. Drag this over here. So that's Wally's.
Yeah.
That's a screenshot from his right. He's flashing a little white power symbol just for fun. Super straight. So he's gonna walk around with that thing.
Yeah, right. Super straight.
And one of my viewers pointed out that the male dick symbol is pointing towards the hole, which in Wally's fingers, like it's very subtle.
Is this a guy that wants to sleep with women again? She's saying.
Yeah, like does he think walking around with that hat is gonna like what's the end goal? I don't understand. Like why you would wear that hat.
I think the end goal would be that
Hey, what up, all?
What's going on, Ebro?
Nothing. Just watching my ugly kids play baseball.
Wait, what do you mean? That are you at the park watching?
No, they finished up. We came back. So
okay.
Yep, they won. So that's cool. But what did I miss?
Yeah.
What did I miss?
No, I had awful. I had tech problems. I had to like reboot the live stream. Very unprofessional.
Oh, no.
And I'm uploading videos and the choppy. But we talked about. I played the first 2 minutes of Wally's Freddy Krueger sweater video. When he's like, I costumed Darth Vader, but I was thrown under the bus at WinterCon and 501c3. Like,
18 minutes of these are the 4 sweaters I waste taxpayer money on.
I pointed out, like, dude, like, why don't you put a picture of, here's Freddy Krueger from the first movie.
Right.
This is the sweater. Like, side by side, but instead it's just him rifling through. He's like, oh, look, there's stripes, and this has 7 stripes, so obviously it's from Freddy Krueger Part 18. It's like, people don't know this shit. Like,
well, he has a glove maker making him, like, 2 different versions of it. When he was mentioning that, aside from how just absurd it all is, I was wondering, like, all right, how many people is this really reaching? Like, how many people are in that subsect of the, I don't know,
like
9
we were pointing
people?
out, like, imagine you come on and you're like, all of a sudden, well, he's like, I used to do Darth Vader, but I was thrown under the bus, and these
At
guys,
WinterCon.
and like people are like, what does this have to do with Freddy Krueger sweaters? Like, but he doesn't get it. Well, he never gets it, and he assumes, like the Freddy Krueger crowd is going to turn off because of that. Also, if you're into Freddy Krueger sweaters and you stumble upon Wally's videos, it starts off with Trump is the Lord and Master,
right,
or whatever. Like, he turns his audience away. Or imagine the opposite, like the Maurice crowd, the conservative black sector, or whatever Wally's trying to do now. They watch that video and they're like, oh, it starts off with Trump, and then it's Freddy Krueger. Like, they're like, what's going on? Like he doesn't know how to make videos for.
Well, the simple answer
is
because he makes them for us, because we're in his head. That's
and it's correct, because we watch them. So it's like,
right. Well, with all his stupid subscribers, which I still don't understand how he gets them, but like, let's say he has 30 views, right, on average, or 40 views.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, hey, what's up?
Yeah. Okay, go. Okay,
at least half of them are up.
What's up, Spaceman?
Hey, Savage Cock, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing hard. Continue.
Wait, did you say
I will
hard?
never mod you, Wally. I'll just because hidden would just be hidden.
Oh, well, I haven't. I just jumped in. Has Penny said anything about me being Jewish at all? Has that happened
Oh
yet?
yes, he did earlier.
Of course it did. Okay, at least he's consistent, or she, or whatever. It's consistent. I
keep on saying. I'm like, he said he announced he was going to retire from the live stream, which I'm like, sure you will.
All right. Well, that's good.
And he was the fourth person in. That's the penny news, and he's just very bored. Which I admit, like hit Slippery isn't here, and yeah, I'm with you, Penny. It's not my best material. It's not that show that I got 1,500 subscribers.
That was a fun one.
Where's Slippery?
I think he's doing stuff. I wanted to do Wednesday, but he's like Wednesday's no good, and I think he's doing Top Secret. Oh no, he told me what he was doing. He wasn't doing Mason stuff, but he's got family stuff, Busy guy.
Shit, okay.
You mean he found somebody with a propane tank and suddenly he had a party?
Yeah, they heard that he had propane and like 15 people called him like, how did you get propane?
Yeah. Well, I missed Wally for that week he was away. That was sad, but
it worked out well because I missed the week and then like he was out. But I wanted to talk about, maybe I'll try firing up. It's gonna fail.
Well, I'm gonna get to the one where he was talking about like eating store brand foods and how to save money and how he doesn't go out. This is 5 minutes after he's like, these are my 4 different Freddy sweaters.
Yeah, well, you mentioned it last time. Like he buys all these dumb toys, and to like compensate for that, he gets the bottom of the barrel food. Like he just gets the cheapest, awfulest food. God, Penny, why is the MAGA army so interested in?
Wait, what is this? He's scraping the cup.
I was talking about how Wally fantasizes about. He's always talking about like shooting ejaculate on his enemy.
That's because Wally's gay.
Well, yeah, that was you were talking about that earlier. It's like obvious, yes.
Yeah. But no, actually, he's very super straight. I mean, I take it you talked about the goddamn hat with his fat fucking fingers.
Yeah, here we go. I just
did I miss that already? Yep, there it is.
Why would you walk around with that on? Like, what's the end goal? Like, you have that on your head, and you walk in that Walmart. What are you thinking in your mind?
Well, I'll go you one better. I bet you he had that made like he did the Red Letter Media patches, because like I don't think you can go buy that hat anywhere.
It looks kind of like an iron-on. It's not a patch. It's like an iron-on looking thing.
Or like screen printing or something. Yeah.
He wants attention. He's gay. He wants a man's attention.
But like, is he hoping someone comes up to him and is like, "Oh yeah, man, you're cool with that hat," or like, does he think a girl is going to be like, "Ooh, that's the man for me"? He's not going
looking for a woman.
He's not going to cheat on me with a trans woman or person like I just don't understand what the goal of wearing that hat is, unless of course you're so afraid of people thinking you're gay or like you're into trans people that you have that on your head,
Well, I think it's A, him trolling us. B, if he does have the balls to wear that out, Wally, and we've said it so many times, is so pathologically starved for attention that I think, between his comedic outfits and his paintball guns, and this is just another example. He wants people to go, ooh, who is that person? What is happening there? Right? And then if they go, you're a fucking loser, then he has some, superiority complex about, see, I can defend myself.
Oh, you think he's hoping that somebody says something so he could shoot him in the face or whatever?
I just think he wants any attention, right? It's like a kid, like negative. I never understood why negative attention, that people seek it out, but they do, right? Because it's still attention. He just wants people to see him, and he wants to dress up like a peacock, whether it be Mason shit or Star Wars shit or whatever the stuff he's wearing now. And so everything's a costume, right?
Right.
So he's not going to wear a super straight hat anywhere other than to a gay bar, right? That's it.
When he's out getting air.
Yeah.
I'm just out getting air, guys, and I saw this drive-by.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, that was a drive-by one. Oh my God, it feels like a lifetime ago that happened.
Yeah,
the funny thing is,
I was trying to look it up.
I went to go look it up in the news. I couldn't find a goddamn thing anywhere about it.
I talked about that. I'm like, it's not. It was such a big, traumatizing event that it's absolutely nowhere in the news.
Oh, he was talking about like worse than 9/11. There you go. Nice. Yeah, like with all the shit that he's seen, right? All the bullshit that we've already heard about the bodies and the 9/11 and the can't sleep. This was the worst thing he's ever seen.
Yeah,
Like he has never watched. Go ahead.
I was trying to play it, but it was chopping up on me. But yeah, I wanted to get
Right.
to that part where he's just like, "This was the most." He looks off into the middle distance, and he's like, "This was the most traumatizing thing ever." Like, dude, come on! Like, they weren't even shooting at him. I think he just. I caught the live stream a little bit. It sounds like they were 3 people, and they were leaning out the window, and they had guns, and they were shooting at something else, and he saw it, and that was.
Or the reality is a car backfired in front of him, and he's conflated this into some whole fakakta bullshit story like the recon tours and vagabonds and all the other nonsense.
I like you. I looked for it too, and in fact, Wally had a map up. He's like, "These are the cross streets," and you
Yeah,
can see
I remember that.
street. I googled the streets for any like new news story, in addition to like just looking for drive by or whatever.
Right.
There's nothing, so it was such a nothing burger that like the media didn't report it, the cops didn't log it. It was like nothing. But Wally, it's a life-changing event that he had to have someone come over and console him because he was just so upset.
Oh please, drama queen.
I like this. This is Nightbot. Nightbot has become sentient, and he's now watching. He or she is. It is watching my videos.
Kill all
It's going to
humans.
start- It's
Kill
going to
all
start,
humans.
start blocking my. I like whoever Nightbot is. Well played, sir, or ma'am. We don't know.
Oh, I'm just what? Hey Dan, shut the fuck up and show Hebrew Spaceman Savage's Nazi getup. Okay.
What?
I assume
Oh,
I was looking at it earlier.
Savage had a Nazi hat on before Savage. Please don't flash swastikas. Please, it's gonna get something will happen. I'll get flagged, and then I'll have to make a video threatening the YouTube staff when I get out. Like, Wally.
I think the Indians call it a symbol of good luck or
Sure.
something. Yeah, it's the Hindus. Yeah.
I think it's Chinese too, isn't it? Like Buddha, you have.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
sure, that's why you have it. Sure.
Yeah.
There's a holiday.
Well, I'm not going to take the bait, assuming it was bait. So sorry, Penny, not this time.
But ignore the shirt. I'm kidding.
I didn't see it. I just want to see the giant savage cock. That's all.
Do you?
Not really.
No, please. That happened in my very first live stream, which in my mind that's like a success. If someone comes on and plays pornography, and you're ill-equipped because you don't know what you're doing, like you did it, you know.
The same argument could be formed that Jew guys about you being fan. What? Okay.
Same argument.
Sure.
That Jew guys about you being are gay too. Yeah. Okay. Well, see, like Penny, the difference is, all of us, I think, have a significant woman in our lives. At one, A.
They live one, mind
and
you.
B, like we're comfortable about talking about like gay people and like Wally is the one going, I'm totally straight. Look at me. There's absolutely no urges in me for interested in gay people. Like anyone who says that, like they're hiding something, Penny. Again, you might be a child, so I get it. You don't get this. God damn it, Savage.
That's all right. Look,
I actually had somewhere in my family I had a Nazi helmet, but it was like someone in my family killed a Nazi and like they had it somehow, and that's what we had.
My father had a Luger. My grandfather had brought back from World War II, and my grandmother didn't like the idea of any guns in the house, so she threw it out.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Same story. My grandfather had a Luger, but it like he went to use it and it was damaged and it almost blew up, and like he buried it in the backyard. We had a trailer upstate, and my mom was like, he buried it in the backyard because I guess that's what you do with guns. I don't know. So I always wanted to go back there with a metal detector to find my grandfather's buried Luger.
No, that'd be cool.
So somewhere upstate, there's a little buried Luger. It's probably a pile of rust now, but yeah.
Nightbot.
Nightbot's on the case. I love that. Like that Wally still talks about Nightbot. Like Nightbot was super great. In Wally's chat, Nightbot was every second line, and it was like, Nightbot's gonna own your ass. Nightbot's here to get rid of the trolls. Oh, Nightbot's gonna terminate you. It's like, stop. Like, turn it down.
I have a question. Before 9/11, 9/11, Wally was about 23, 24 years old. Apparently, he was a plumber before that.
He was a plumber's apprentice. He was.
I think Wally was born.
Okay, so what did he do after 9/12 that he deserves welfare?
I think he said he worked until 2011, and then this is all Wally's story. Like he fell over or something, or he was out of breath, and then like they took him out and lungs, and like they said like that's it or whatever.
He can't work. He can't breathe.
And then somebody he probably found out. Oh, I could be rolling in that free 9/11 money. Ooh, that's right, Wally. I'm suggesting you're gaming the system. Your favorite. Yeah, Penny, you're right. I do think about him. It might have had something to do with like the 2 months that he was threatening that the police are going to knock on my door any second. So yeah, he kind of got in my head. But Penny, I'm not gay for Wally, and I'm comfortable enough with talking about dicks and ejaculate, and because I'm not gay, I'm totally confident, and I have no urges to looking at other men. I'm totally into women. I'm comfortable in my own skin.
Having his hat,
but that's Penny. It's like I was like, oh, you talk about Walter, you must be gay for him. Like, no, that's not a thing how it works.
I have this hat. If anybody wants to wear it, just saying.
How many hats does Walter have at this point? How many? I'm guessing he's got between 30 and 40 baseball hats now.
You know what, dude? I bet you he's had more dicks than baseball hats. Just saying.
He had that rubber pussy. Oh, yeah, he did. Like early on, I was getting. What
about that creepy little thing? That creepy little sex doll?
Oh, God,
whatever that was.
I meant to make a video about that, but it's like so disturbing.
One time he made this video. I forget about what, but he made this comment. He said, "Yeah, we've all gotten up in the morning and pissed sideways, like split." The only time that happens is when you fucking jerk off. That's the only time you're gonna split. You're gonna piss sideways or split.
Yeah, when you wake up and yeah. Oh, I got hidden or is hidden.
The champ is here. The champ is here. I'm here to save the show.
Oh, there's hidden. Let me see. Your volume's good tonight. Sometimes you're blasting with your.
We're not going to hear him roll a doobie or breathe heavily, or
he's always crinkling paper right next to the mic just to fuck with us.
So I was a dentist apprentice. Okay, Pounder. Oh,
what's going on? Hidden. My phone thought I was Canadian for like a good 15 minutes the other day. I was hiking at Lake Ontario, and both my wife's phone and mine were like, "Welcome to Canada." I guess we were right on the edge of Lake Ontario. I guess we were close enough. That the phone
I was gonna say,
like,
how do you hike in the lake?
So I was. My phone thought I was in Canada. Right. Anyway, we could see it. We could see Canada from where we were standing.
What? You had to be really close to the shallow side because
it was a super clear day, and
if you get in the middle of that lake, you can't see anything in any direction.
Technically, I'll have to look at a map, but technically, like the boundary goes through the lake, so we probably could see water that was Canadian. So, and the phone said we were Canadian for a few seconds. So,
yeah, as soon as you get to that line, the water gets just a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
I told work, go fuck yourself. I don't need your fucking money. I got things to do.
Wait, did you quit? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just didn't work. I just Well, I mean, I went in, I did some work, and I was like, I gotta go. Bye.
Yeah, I remember in the
And they're like,
summer
"You gotta
I used to
go?"
cut out the bosses would be away on vacation. I'd be like, no one's looking, and I'd like walk to the door.
Yeah, not anymore. Nowadays, now they track your phone, your car, everything. Fuck. They're
Oh,
like,
so
hey, what are you doing at home?
So is this you hidden? Were you Wallyologist?
No. I was
Impersonation.
talking to Wallyologist last time we had a show.
Impersonation. He said he was you before. So look right here. I scroll back.
Yeah,
look.
I saw that, and I was like,
we're gonna. Okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that.
I thought he was saying that I was Penny Pounder. I thought that's what he was trying to say with that. Like, you guys were like, who's Penny Pounder? And then he's like, shh, kidding.
Well, Wallyologist was like, haha, you guys are funny. Anyway, make me a mod. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
You guys are funny. Wally, is that
I'm
you?
a mod.
I've still never figured out the wrench thing. Like, what do you do with your wrench?
You just
what
do you do if you're a wrench? You kick people out and you ban them for life. And
yeah, if you look at you're probably looking at StreamYard right now, but if you look at the YouTube stream of this, you can go over the chat and there's a little bar that pops up and you could say give him a timeout.
Okay.
And other stuff. So I'm allowing you to slap the people in the chat around. That's pretty much what a wrench does.
I got a wrench, and I know why. It had nothing to do with fucking slapping people around.
I just gave it out.
Man, I gave you a wrench. You should give me a wrench. And then here comes Wally.
Oh, I don't.
You
I
gave
don't
Dan a wrench. I'm gonna fucking blow up your channel.
That's the only reason I would like a wrench is because Wally would see I had a wrench in your stream and be like, "That son of a bitch." But personally, I don't want the responsibility. I don't like responsibilities too
like,
much.
Wrenches, go to work. I don't get paid for this. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, what do you think? I am Nightbot? Like, come on. Get yourself a Nightbot.
It was a little while ago. Wally had that live stream where he was like he had an army of all new people. Like, and you're a mod, and you're a mod. So you're gonna take care of my channel when I can't or don't.
Yeah. So somebody in that live stream was like, dude, like, I'm just watching your show. Because Wally was like, give me your URL and I'll tell Nightbot that you're a friend, and then you can put it in your thing, and then when I do a live stream, it's on your channel, and people like, no, thank you.
That's okay.
Penny, you're being mean. Come on. I think I have gained some weight. You know, I've been eating bad. Why you got to rub it in, Penny? Penny, what do you look like?
Down on Penny Pounder. I know that's a guy. Has to be a guy, because who else would pound Penny? It wouldn't be a woman, unless there was a strap-on involved.
See, so yeah,
that's a Miss Elite reference.
Now I'm looking at my Penny's in my head. I'm like trying to make myself look thinner.
Yeah,
I am sitting back, which is bad. I need to sit upright. See, look, now I look.
Penny Pounder is a troll of trolls. Like, he likes trolling trolls, so that's why he's here. He's bugging you.
He's not very good at it. He's just like, you look funny. Like, after a certain age, it doesn't bother you anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty much trolls. They're all kind of.
Except Wally will he'll cry if you make fun of him.
Yeah, because Penny Pounder is making fun of Miss Elite, saying that he's pounding Penny because her nickname was Penny Proud before, which is what I call her all the time. She fucking hates it. That's why Penny Pounder, that just kills her. She hates that.
Yeah, it's like, amazing to me how everyone watches. Everyone watches her show. She did a show about Elder, about Sifu, and I went on it and I said something about Sifu, and like the next time Sifu saw me, he's like, I saw you pimp pants, so like what he did his Sifu thing, but he yelled at me. He's like, I saw you. So I'm like, I was just amazed that everyone watches, like, because she has like hundreds of hours of stuff, and I just went out. I'm like, oh yeah, I said something about I made fun of his rubber wife or something, and Sifu saw it and like yelled at me. I was like,
I look at him. Yeah,
Where is Seafood? I haven't heard or seen from any of those guys in quite a while.
He usually comes on Hidden's thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
he's doing better. He's less drunk, and he hasn't really brought his wife out. For a while, it was nonstop, and it was like, dude, enough with the rubber.
Yeah,
wife.
but that's the thing that people don't understand. He doesn't generally just randomly bring her out. He brings her out when someone pushes him to. Like, someone mentions the doll, then he's gonna bring her out. So if you don't talk about her, she doesn't make an appearance. But if somebody comes in and goes, "Hey, how's Malaya?" Boom, she's on.
Yeah.
So the people that dislike him for that are the ones that come in and call him to bring him out, to bring her out, so that they can say, "Look, he's bringing the doll out." And it's like
he gets
you.
triggered.
Yeah. And how are you going to trigger about what? Like, how are you going to get pissed off at him bringing the doll out when you're the one telling him to bring the doll out every week? Like,
yeah, he's pretty good though. Like he'll take a joke if you make fun of his wife. He'll
of course.
He'll crack a joke, and he's totally comfortable with it's like I kind of like seafood. It's hard to be mad at the guy, but he yelled at me that one time.
I gave him shit about giving her an oil bath that one time, and she hasn't made an appearance since because she did kind of look rough.
Maybe he used the wrong grade oil, and he kind of degraded her skin or whatever.
It looked like he was using motor oil or something because there was a dirt mark on her cheek and stuff. I'm like, what? Did you beat her up? And he's like, what? Fuck you.
I did know that her fingers were a little
yeah.
I think there's just a wire in the finger so they can go all crazy. And then she just had
no. What happens is they break because it's such a thin piece of wire. If you keep bending it back and forth, you know how a wire is. It's just gonna break.
And then it's just broken in the finger, and you can't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So then the fingers are dangling around, and it looks
like. Well, you figure for the money they would make it better. I mean, things like $2,000.
Well, that's what pisses me off. I mean, fuck. It's like those little Spider-Man toys and shit, the little rubber guys. If you rip their arms off and look inside, it's braided wire. It's not just a piece of wire. It's actually braided so that it won't break.
The difference is I don't want to fuck my little rubber Spider-Man doll.
Well, hopefully you can't.
Yeah, let me
try to find a picture
of that. I'm trying to find a picture of that weird fucking doll. Like what?
Oh no.
Again, just like the hat.
No, now you're gonna pick on Sifu now.
No. I'm talking about Wally.
Oh, Wally's got a doll?
He brought out a thing. He was defining a man and a woman, and he whips out this weird. I don't even know what it was. What the?
What do you do with that? I mean, is it fuckable? I don't know if there were any openings.
It looked like it had open. It was just very disturbing. Oh, here it is. Let me see if I find
it. It's video worthy. He fucked it. I know he did.
Well, most people didn't find it strange when he pulled out the torso, and I'm like, well, what the fuck?
The torso.
And he's shooting it and stuff, and I'm like, what? Why do you have a fucking ass and pussy torso combo? What? You're pulling that out. You probably jizzed all over it, and you're like, hey guys, look at my thing I'm shooting at. Well, that's
he shot at it. I didn't know.
He's a wife beater. Of course,
he was doing a lot of shit. He was taking a bottle of Aunt Jemima and shoving it all the way in and.
Oh, are we talking about the big fat rubber pussy or this new little mini torso with boobs?
No, not the mini torso.
I got a picture of it. I'm gonna.
This was like an ass.
Yeah, the rubber pussy.
It was the rubber pussy that was
yeah.
Somebody saw it in his sink, and then he was like, "Oh no, I bought that for Big J Triple X."
No. Rubber pussy you can put in your pocket. It's just the pussy.
Well, I think we're calling it a rubber pussy, but it was
this was the whole ass and little piece of the legs at the bottom and a bit of the stomach.
This is all semantics for some fake thing you just put your dick in, right? And it's not a woman. So.
Well, there's ass cheeks you can grab, I guess. So
you're that thing.
And then close your
what the tiny. Fuck is that?
That's basically a pocket. That's basically a pocket pussy. I don't know.
It has an opening.
Why is the ass on the? Looks like the ass is on the front.
But it doesn't have limbs. It
looks like the ass is holding it.
No nipples.
It's child size. What? Why would you show this to anybody? that you spent money on it. It's so baffling to me.
I'll point out that he got a longer chain so he could wear both his medallions, his pendants at the same time, so they don't overlap. He's really thinking his outfit through.
Like you said, he walks into a store and he just wants you to be like, wow, you look like the most interesting man. Tell me all about yourself, sir.
Yeah.
Like that. And it never happens, but he doesn't stop dressing like that.
He'd be great on the Gong Show.
His right eye is looking at the doll, and his left eye is looking at the door.
Knows what the Gong Show is.
He raped it.
His right eye is looking at the doll, and his left eye is looking at the door.
He beat on it like baby mama.
But I would point out again, I see this picture and I think taxpayer money. Taxpayer money is buying all that crap.
Yeah, but
that's why I fucking hate
that's
this
got to
guy.
be $15.
He's
blowing... but you know what? None of it is his. How much of his?
Listen, he bought a lot of cheap food so he could afford that.
Right, store-bought loaf of bread for $1 instead of $4. I mean, his last video he was talking about how you can save money by going Walmart bread is just as good for like $1 a loaf. But
yeah, that was his big advice. Was like buy instead of getting Oreos, get like the store brand Oreos. Like wow.
Here's another.
Why didn't I think that?
How about limit yourself to one Freddy Krueger sweater, not 4? How about that? Limit
Get a
yourself to one
plastic glove
shocker
instead of an actual Freddy Krueger glove that can kill someone.
Don't be a pederast all week.
But like with the Freddy Krueger thing, it's like how many if he puts on any one of those sweaters and does Halloween, does he think like someone in that crowd is going to be like, well, actually that sweater is like from Halloween 7 and
that's not movie
like your hat
accurate.
is from Halloween. You're mixing and matching your like no one is going to do that. Everyone's going to be like, wow, Freddy Krueger, cool costume. Like there's no reason to get the $400 sweater.
Hey, they
Germany
definitely fucked
whatever.
up. They definitely fucked up Vader, man, in that fucking Obi-Wan, man. He's got all different fucking versions of Vader put into one. It's like, what the hell is that? He's got the wrong
I didn't really
fucking
look at it
dials
yet.
on the front. Yeah, it's wrong.
I mean, I watched it. It's good stuff.
He's
No,
got that
actually,
triangle piece on the bottom is from one Vader, and then that's not on the other Vader. But then there's part of another Vader's eyebrows that are on there. It's like
No, they
totally
actually
recreated.
I would push back hidden because it's very close. It's actually more screen accurate to episode 4 than any other version. Episode 4, like what I used to call Star Wars, right before it was episode anything. They like just cobbled that shit together. There's like fingerprint smudges on his helmet, right? Like
fucking awesome.
Well, yeah, I actually like Vader in this.
You know, bitch.
But I think they were trying to go for like that basic look again. I think he looks pretty badass, honestly.
I think Vader just looks like a big black penis.
Yeah, it's good. Except like there's so many.
Oh, so you must be gay with Wally. Okay, I see how.
No. I think parts of Star Wars are gay.
There's so many things about like,
what, just the gay
so many
parts?
tropes in that
Like
series.
that helmet is definitely a fucking cockhead. You can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a big. Wally always talks about it. He's like, I bet they're fucking himself. He makes a video with someone has Darth Vader and they're jerking off, and he's played it a couple times. He's like, this will trigger the Star Wars guys, and we're just all like we're doing now. We're like, why is he so fascinated with like masturbation and dicks?
He's not sticking Vader up his ass.
Why is he obsessed with New York?
Because he's jealous. He wants nothing more than to be back in New York.
He thinks by shooting masks it makes us upset. He thinks by shooting Star Wars figurines it makes us upset. The only thing that makes at least me upset is him, right? And his just lunacy. But the specific stuff he does doesn't like make me irate. It's like, but he's making these videos for us. We're in. His
like we
head.
call him out for his stuff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well New York sucks because you voted for the wrong people." Like that's his retort, and it doesn't equate, but that's all he's got because he tried going. He's like, "Oh, they're divorced." We're like, "Yeah, okay." It's like, "Oh well, Dan has a lot of addresses." I still don't know where he was going with that. I think he was trying to suggest that like I had girlfriends all over the country or something. Like I don't know what else could he have been? Because he said, "Oh, what?" He's like, "I'm going to tell everyone why you have a lot of addresses." Dan. Like he was gonna, like he had top secret knowledge of why I had a lot of addresses. And all he was looking. Like if you Google someone's name, they'll list all the addresses you ever lived, and that's what he was looking at. Like when I do it to him, I see his mom's address and like he stayed with his dad for a while, and he was in, like I see all the addresses. Like he's such a dummy. It's fascinating. Wally, come on the live stream, buddy. Come on. Are you Wallyologist?
That sounds like he put his address in a bunch of stuff. Like I put my stuff in there, nothing comes up at all.
Yeah, and Wally's defense, a bunch of stuff when I did it with myself, a bunch of towns came up that I never worked. I never lived there. I'm like, I don't know where he's getting it
They're
from.
just
but
compiling
he is right. There's
anybody
a lot
that
of
has your name. It's like any information anybody by Dan King's name put out there about themselves is all compiled into one folder. So you're all.
It was
Dan
like whenever
King.
you change your address, you tell the post office, and it's like that's what he got. That's what he had. It's like, yeah, I lived in Rockville Center for like a year in 2001. Yeah, it's on record. Like, congratulations.
Sounds like too much stuff on the internet, man.
Oh, he's such a warped, delusional fuck. Anyway,
so I wonder who.
Giving him sex a bad name with that
one. I'm happy he's back though. I did miss him.
So like I watched Obi-Wan I think yesterday, and not to do any spoilers, but like, so there's one scene where like character A stabs some character B in the belly with a lightsaber, right in and right out, zip zip, and the person goes down. And then that person is like, haha, I got you, and they walk away, right? And then later on in the show, that person who got stabbed, they're alive again, and they're looking at the person that stabbed them in the belly, and the person on the ground just got stabbed in the belly. They just got the lightsaber, boop, right in, right out, and they're like, ha ha ha, you thought I was dead, but I'm not. But now we're gonna leave you on the ground with a hole in your belly, and that's the last time we're going to see you, and then they walk away. My gripe is, if you were in the Star Wars universe, and you had a lightsaber, and you stick someone and they go down, wouldn't you just take your lightsaber and cut their skull a couple times, stick the tip in and boil their brains, cut them up into little, make them, in other words, they always come back.
You're giving this some serious thought, haven't you?
Every time, they cut the one, what's his name, the red and black dude, he was cut in half, robot legs, he's back. Like Darth Vader, no arms, no legs. He comes back. When the guy's down, just cut his head off and boil his brains. It's a lightsaber. It's no
because
energy
Disney
at all.
bought it. That's why.
Because you got to keep coming back. But I'm but it keeps happening where someone will be defeated and the one person has a lightsaber and they're like, ha ha ha, we'll never see you again. Goodbye. It's like you're gonna see them next show. They're gonna be back. It's space. They have space medicine. They get better. Robot parts. It doesn't matter. There's no.
I never liked the way that Obi-Wan died. It didn't make sense. Everybody else is getting chopped up, and he just force ghosts.
Well, that's because he was so, he was like angelic. He was barely a flesh and blood person because he's so, in touch with the Force. Same thing with Yoda. Yoda just nothing to bury. Think about the burial costs. They just disappear. That's great.
I don't want to talk about it,
but they're appearing somewhere naked.
I want to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Okay.
No, I don't know what the fuck. I didn't even know there was more than one. What the hell?
There's a reboot. Wally was talking about, and then Wally's like, "This sweater's good, except there's no green up here." And in Wally's offense, he may be in the mindset when you join the 501st Star Wars costuming group, your costume gets scrutinized. Hidden was pointing out, you can't mix and match. Return of the Jedi, Return of the Jedi helmet with A New Hope. It's all you have to be precise. But Wally carried that over into his Freddy Krueger world, and it's no one is scrutinizing. No one cares if you have a $2 glove or a $400 glove. No one's gonna notice. No one notices if you have a mixed and matched Darth Vader. If you go out, but it's just the costuming group has standards. But Wally is just oh, I have to spend.
So is there a Nightmare on Elm Street costuming group?
He even said something about I'm trying to save money, and then he said how he's got 2 people constructing
the
gloves for him. It's that's not saving money.
Well, this is look at all the stupid shit he spends his money on. Fucking idiot on a fixed income. He can't feed himself. He can't travel. He can't do anything, but he buys this garbage.
No, but he goes out. He goes out for some air on Tuesday nights. just driving around.
The last one, I think it was one from today. You know how I always get on the fact that he can't ever say it's his car. He always calls it his vehicle.
His vehicle, yeah.
Well, so he was talking about in the saving money video, and he got a shell card and he gets points for it. So he gets money off when he goes to his local saloon or watering hole. The fucking idiot doesn't say, yeah, when I go to a bar. It's my local saloon or watering hole.
He walks up and he's got stirrups. Ching, ching. Wow, wow. Wow,
wow, wow. You mean
there's the little doors that open like this. Saloon.
And he walks in with his pepper ball gun.
Imagine Old West Wally. Wally would have his hat would be higher than everybody else's. He would have an 11-gallon hat.
20-gallon hat? Yeah.
48-gallon hat.
Wow, wow.
It's like
what do you think the brand on the back of his horse
midget in there with a gun?
He would have 2 stirrups on each foot. He would have a stirrup and a stirrup above it. So he would really.
You mean a spur? Penny's gonna get on you for saying the wrong.
I thought that was so that Esteban could ride with him.
Oh, what did I say?
You said stirrup.
What's a stirrup? Isn't a stirrup?
Stirrup is something on a saddle. You put your foot.
Oh, is that the thing you grab?
You put your foot in.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
Actually,
see if he
Right, you
go.
put your foot
Yes,
in.
yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
creating a whole image. Now I'm picturing Esteban riding next to him on a donkey. Like,
Yeah, you gotta have stirrups for him that are a little higher.
hey, boss.
He's got the
I don't know
sombrero.
The plane, boss.
We haven't heard
Welcome
much
to
out of those
Fantasy
guys.
Island.
Nothing from Esteban. He hasn't had to trot out any of his ethnic prop friends.
I imagine now if Wally is hanging out with Esteban and Wally goes like this with his phone.
Yeah.
And Esteban just like this. And Wally just goes like this.
No,
Right?
no more
He puts
living
it back.
pledge.
Because like they must have had to talk like enough with the phone. Every time you whip that out, I get a phone call a month later from one of your trolls. No more phone, Wally.
Or a phone call immediately from his mom because he's like, "There's a suicide attempt happening, and I'm going to record it."
I don't wonder if they call.
It's very personal, but hey, everybody, listen in.
We wouldn't know the answer to this, but I wonder when the last time Wally spoke to his parents is. I mean, it's conjecture. I wouldn't know, but they did this kind of disown him, so I don't know what kind of relationship there is there.
Well, I remember like he made that he was driving and he's like, I reached out to my mom and she told me to go fuck myself and there's never any context. It's just like I tried to contact my parents. They told me to fuck off. Feel bad for me. It's like, wait, well, what did you do? Just like with his Hail Mary. It's like, wait, what did you?
Parents do that, right? Like,
well, this is when we talk about just what type of character Wally is, right? And I think I brought this up a few live streams ago. I understand that there are always there's a potential for family squabbles, and my father had a falling out with his brother, and he never talked to him again. So it happens, but I'm just like, you have to be a really fuck up kid for your parents to be like, I'm sorry, we and it's not even because like Wally's got a major drug problem, right? Or he's just beyond help there. He's just got to be a total asshole for his parents to be like, no, we're not talking to you anymore.
Yeah,
for his sister
we talked about it like when he was out of the house, he was out of the house and like the parents weren't like, okay, you could stay with us. Like I think he stayed with them for a little bit, but then he was back in the car. Like they must have thrown him out. like imagine being so bad your parents like, stay in your car. We don't want. Like, wouldn't you suck it up and be like, look, he's going through a hard time. We'll let him stay here until he figures things out. They like get back in the car.
Probably because they've been there before. Like you went to Guillaume Guardo's house for a while, and her parents didn't want him in the house either. So
well, this was after like he was arrested for strangling her, and he was out. Like there's no chance of getting back to that.
But if he thinks that they're horrible parents and he's got horrible parents, then what makes him think he's going to be good at parenting?
Well, but better yet, I love how he can't see his kids, but he lectures to everybody about his nonsense about pedo this and diddler that, and they're coming to get your kids.
Yeah, they're going to indoctrinate your kids.
Right, but he can't see his own. Right, he never mentions that part.
But imagine being a parent and walking around with that, like
Can he really not see his kids? Like, is there a restraining order on him for?
There was one.
Wow.
Think about it. They live in New York. He's in North Carolina.
Knows about him, and they're not charging him anything because he's too broke, I guess.
Well, we don't know the real story currently, but I know he's made videos in the past where he said they were extorting him for child support.
He said once he was paying them just shy of $1,200 a month, and he was bitching about it. That was years ago.
Yeah, I don't know what the reality is now. But for a fact, baby mama's not bringing the kids down to visit him. Wally's not traveling up to New York to see them. So it's got to be years since he's seen his kids.
And then there was that mysterious, it was over a year ago, he left that mysterious, he got something in the mail right before Christmas.
Right.
And he was crying about it, but he didn't elaborate. And I think that was something like you can't see, it was probably like you're not allowed to see the kids again. I think they must renew. I'm totally speculating.
Those
But
pictures he has that he shows over and over and over again are probably like 6-year-old pictures.
Well, that, or
kids
he's
don't even look
doxing
like that
them, or
anymore.
he's pulling them for the same thing he bitches about Slippery. Like, how did he get hold of private Facebook videos? I'm sure Wally is like screen grabbing them.
Oh, we totally
maybe from her.
like it's from his mom. Like his mom, you can go to his mom's Facebook right now, and all those pictures are there. So Wally is just like he's a stranger like us getting pictures of his kids creepily. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. So that's fun. That's
And that was
normal.
my initial like when Wally says I sent him a threatening email. One of my threats was I'm going to tell baby mama that you're using pictures of her and her kids, and you're probably not allowed to. And that was one of the things that like set him off. Like, they're my kids. But it's like, is it like Wally flags people for privacy? He was like, Dan's using my private picture, and he gave me I got like a ding against me because I used a private thing. Oh no, they just took it down. I didn't get a strike. But Wally is constantly using pictures of her and the kids, and we're pretty sure he's like not allowed to see her, like restraining order shit, and he's using imagery of her. So what I think one time I said something to him, and he goes, "Well, they're not her kids, they're my kids," and that was his rebuttal to that. Like, I'm allowed because they're my children, even though I can't see them in person, but I can show you their pictures. But again, why put your picture, like you're putting it on a YouTube channel for the public? That's
wait,
like
no,
a red
the picture.
flag.
That picture is his kid, not the kids in the picture, but the picture itself is his kid.
Yeah,
like he took the picture, and it's not yours to take.
He's such a lunatic.
It's fun.
But yeah, we're pretty sure that he has some kind of restraining order, or he's not allowed in New York because I'm guessing
See, that I assumed. Because like if you're not paying support, then they're going to be a warrant out for you, and so you don't want to go there, or they'll pick you up.
I think he was ripping. He got some kind of thing to like. He had to go to New York to appear in court, and he said, "I'm not going." And he was making videos saying, "I tear it up," or "I put a Trump sticker and I send it back to sender." I don't know what that does. But he was talking about how he's ignoring the requests for, we assume, family court.
That just extends the restraining order.
Yeah,
he
so
one of those for like another 6 months.
But that, and the timeline was he was making videos saying, "Oh, they want me to go to court. Oh, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not going to New York. Fuck New York. New York sucks." And then he made the video. He's like, "I got something in the mail, and it crushed me." It's like it was probably New York saying, "You didn't appear, so you lost the case or whatever, and we made a judgment." And
so, what do you think it is about Carolina that made him move there? Like, is it because they have better welfare, or because they don't grab you and send you back to New York?
One of the theories was that they can't ding him for child support.
I don't know that that's true. I'm actually looking it up right now, and I think it is a federal thing. I think, but
like the state probably won't extradite him to New York.
He probably gets New York welfare money, but he's living. It's cheaper to live there. I think that's like
Yeah, it's not like they don't know where he is. They're paying him money, so.
New York will still retain jurisdiction over the child support as long as baby mama and the kids live in New York. Then New York gets to control the show, and Wally has nothing to say about it. Whether or not they can force him, well, it's interesting because he's getting his money from the federal government, right? So they have to be a way to garnish his wages. It's not like he's working off the books.
Only thing is he's on a disability thing, which probably blocks a lot of that.
Well, I mean, granted, he doesn't make a lot, period. So it's not like they're going to get a lot. But I think federally, I mean,
like where does 1,200 come from? That's got to be when he's an apprentice or some shit. So that shit already happened long before he lost his job, I guess.
That's just probably
is a lot.
It's an estimate based on what his earning potential probably would have been.
Well, it's probably they probably know how much he's getting. He's got disability and he's got some kind of retirement, and it's just probably a formula. They're like, okay, baby mama.
They're like, you can get $100 for that fucking Vader doll you got there. You can get like $20 for that.
Well, he's a dummy because he like when he got $6,000, he's like, hey trolls, I got $6,000, and he puts the exact amount on the screen. It's like the federal government, like baby mom's gonna be like, oh, you got some income, really? Like they're just gonna zap him if he's announcing that he's getting.
That would fuck him up bad if she pulled that and went to court with it and was like, here's him calling me a troll and showing me the money I can't have for my kids.
Right. But he's just a shock jock, so he's making stuff up. It's all just come on.
He printed out the check himself.
Oh, Hidden, did you see he made a video where he brought up I was trying to show it, but I think it's gonna get all robot-y and break up. But he was evoking the name of that woman that shot up the YouTube headquarters.
Yeah.
Because he got a week-long strike, and he's like, hey, maybe this will happen again. Like like he's threatening YouTube staff with like this, like, oh, maybe I'll go there.
That's a channel ban. Like, he could lose his channel if he heard that.
I reported
that's a
the
direct
shit
threat
out of it,
to YouTube. It's like,
yes,
I don't know.
I flagged it a bunch of different ways. I was like, he's flat out making threats against YouTube staff with this video.
See, I never threaten Susan. I just call her every name in the book.
Yeah, he ends his video. He's like, hey, Susan, maybe you should watch your back. Bye. Like, that was how he ended. Like, what are you trying to get thrown off of YouTube?
That's
so
a
fascinating.
lot of fucking back to fucking watch.
Oh, is she big girl? I don't like. Initially, I thought he was talking about, like, maybe he was dealing with an email with someone, but then I realized, I'm like, oh, this is the CEO of YouTube.
CEO, Chief Economic Officer.
And this is the second time, and before this happened, before he was even banned, he made another video where he was basically making excuses for the guy that shot up the Tops store in upstate New York. He was like, well, you push people long enough and you keep on, like, who knows what happens. Like, he was making excuses for the guy, and at the same time telling his viewers, hey, if you keep pushing me, maybe I'll do this. Like, that's how I got it. And
well,
fun fact, I probably shouldn't say this to anybody, but like, one of my viewers, like, I just kind of rolled my eyes, but one of my viewers said they reported Wally to the authorities with that last video. They're like, this guy's at it again with threatening people. So Wally, it wasn't me, buddy.
None of those guys do anything without the FBI telling them to do it. So he would have to have a federal agent already on his channel pushing.
Well, he's still very apologetic with the Kamala Harris thing. You notice, like, there was, I don't know how many videos ago, but he was talking about how he says this, he said that, but I went a little bit over the line with the Kamala Harris, and I admitted it for the public record
because he realized she's not even black, and he's like, shit, I was calling her N-word so much, and she's not even black.
Well, I'm the one who called the Secret Service, but one of the mistakes he makes. No, I absolutely did. But
Secret Service? How do you even get their phone number? Fuck.
Well, you call the duty desk. You look it up, because anybody who makes a threat against any government official, particularly the vice president or the president, that's their purview. They do treasury fraud, treasury stuff like counterfeit money and protection of government officials. So all I did was like, hey, listen, this guy is making threats. You may want to check out these videos. It's not like I have the power to say you have to go to his house, right? All I did say is, I want to make you aware of this, Special Agent Jackson.
But Wally points out, like, when they went there and they talked to him, but Wally was like, oh, you know who you should really check out? Dan King and Slippery When Wet. And he was like, oh, you guys are like I boomeranged it on. And it's like no.
Meanwhile, they come and check you out, and they're like, oh, here's all the evidence we needed on him.
They're like I told in my video, I'm like, Wally, I'll be glad to talk to them all about you. Like, what do you think I'll do? I'll whip out all your videos. Be like, oh, you think threatening Kamala Harris was great? Watch this, guys. Like, but he's like, oh, I flipped the script. You're in trouble now. Like, okay.
But he's like, but my point is, like, he's like, we have the power to call anybody to his house. No, I made your threatening shit. Made a government agency aware of your threats and your hostile actions, and apparently they felt it was serious enough to send 2 special agents to your house to tell you to knock the fucking shit off, or they're going to arrest you.
The cops, the local cops did the same thing, and I didn't even. Wally, to this day, he blames me for when the cops came, because the cops came coincidentally. Wally was doing. He made videos how he was filling out paperwork. I think it was to get a restraining order against me, or like I was going to have to appear, which I was getting pissed because I'm like, if I have to go to North Carolina, but apparently he had a video conference with the judge, and the day he had the conference, the cops came to talk to him about what his video is. So Wally just assumed that, like you said, Hebrew, like I timed the whole thing. I'm like, first of all, I didn't call the cops, and second of all, I couldn't time it. I couldn't be like, hey, cops, make sure you go there on the day he has his video conference. It's like, he made a video. He's like, oh, the day I had my video conference, the cops showed up. Oh, well played, Dan, but nothing happened. I'm like, I didn't do anything. But he's still saying. And fun fact, one of my viewers fessed up. They're like, "Oh, I'm the one who called the cops." So like, but like you said, like we don't just sick these people on him. We tell the authorities, and they review his stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we should talk to this man." Like it's all Wally. It's all his fault, you know.
Oh, by the way, I just found some info on the whole child support thing in North Carolina. It shouldn't matter. It says, according to it says, your child support obligation will continue to be enforced regardless of the state in which your ex-wife and children reside.
Because I
The
imagine that would be an easy
right.
like
People would
out.
just
Be
leave.
like, I'll move, and then fuck you, bitch.
Right. No, there's like the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act. There's the Full Faith and Credit for Child Support Orders Act. This is all this federal stuff that's on the books.
The thing is, he's not going to earn the same type of money in Carolina that he would in New York. So that's going to drop whatever they consider.
Well, I don't know if there's a cost of living adjustment for. There probably isn't. So here's the thing: he's probably making. Well, he's probably
it's just
making
how much you're making. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably making decent money off not lots, right? But decent money off of his disability and retirement. But living in North Carolina, because that's based on his New York income and what have you. So he's lowered his cost of living. They didn't lower his benefits commensurate. So he's still getting New York money while living in North Carolina.
So he might end up owing even more.
Right. Yeah, without prejudice. So, but I don't know if he's paying child. Look, we don't know, right? This is all speculation.
There's nothing about Wally that's without prejudice.
Baby, come on the show. I think the total is $1,000 if Baby Mama comes out on the show. I think Kevin said $500. Somebody else said $500. So Baby Mama, since Wally sent you the links to my channel, I'm sure you're watching them.
I'll
throw 100 Canadian in there. That's like worth $20.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought Canadian money was more.
Oh, yeah, right. English money, British money. The pound is worth like fucking probably twice or 3 times what an American dollar is now. I'm thinking twice.
I went to Canada when I was like 13.
I know it's like 3 times the price of ours for sure.
I think it was $1 was $2 when I went there in 1988 or whatever.
What?
We did the Niagara Falls thing.
$1 was $2. Well, they do that in Niagara Falls because of they know there's a lot of Americans coming up, so they'll take your money faster.
The only time I was in Canada,
but the actual value is usually about 70 cents to 85 cents. Doesn't
Canada has some great strip bars in Niagara Falls, like over the. So we used to go there in college. Yeah, and I remember bitching because
you got lots of money.
$5 a pack. What,
dude? If you got lots of money, those strip joints are good. Man, they want fucking $40 for a fucking lap dance.
Well, I wouldn't know. I know
it's probably like $10 American, but still.
I remember cigarettes being $5 a pack, and I was like, "Are you crazy? I'm not spending $5 a pack for cigarettes."
Yeah, now it's 15 here.
Yeah, well, that's what it is in New York too. But in the criminal, radical, fascist, socialist, leftist hashtag Me Too, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, anti-father, anti-white, anti-Trump, bedbug infested, crime-ridden. What is it? A grease trap regime. It is New York.
That was pretty good. I think you did it.
I don't know if I got the whole thing.
You should give prizes out if you could do it.
I know it's not part of that thing, but I remember him saying skin tags, and I'm like, why is that a thing for you? Like, why is that an insult? You're like, you got fucking skin tags on your ass, and I'm like, does that mean he's got skin tags
tattoo?
on his ass? Like, no, like skin tag. Like
no, I think he was like skin mask because he criticized 2 black women, one being Kamala Harris and another one who I don't remember.
Kamala Harris is not black.
Okay, whatever. She's
half East Indian and half white Jamaican.
I didn't say that she's anything, and I don't give a shit.
She's black.
Well, okay, fine. No, but I'm saying Wally when he criticizes who he thinks are black women. The other one was Mayor Lightfoot. That's who it is.
It was the district attorney that's going after Trump. She's always the Harambe.
Letitia James.
That's she's the Harambe looking knuckle dragging.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. But he's not a racist.
And sometimes when he'll talk about something they say at a press conference, and he's always talking like this. It's like, dude, like what? Again, like the guy who's mad about. He said, "Oh, people call me a racist. Why bring that up at all? Like, isn't she just a cunt? Why isn't she a bitch? It's always like the black bitch, knuckle dragging gorilla. Like, people are gonna equate that with racism, Wally. You know, like no brainer. But he
Well,
won't
because
stop.
Wally's brain is fragmented and compartmentalized, right? So when we're saying like none of his friends really watch it, Wally will make a video for what he thinks is a new audience, and he expects nobody will have seen the 9 million videos he's made contrary to the
But then
one
he'll
he's
reference like people like. You know, again, like if you're coming in cold, he'll reference people from the previous movie, and the people will be like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
Start
So let me
searching.
tell you about my Freddy glove and inclusion. Like what?
I think he
That
talked about
was
he made
a
one
lot.
recently about garage autonomous, and he's like he's probably that black guy garage autonomous. It's like same thing. Like why call him that black guy? Like why?
I
Like
didn't
what
even
what
know
is
he
that?
was black.
But he always like Kevin has pointed this out. Like every time he like black is like like son of a bitch. You know, it's like it's never just you're an asshole. You're a black asshole.
Oh.
Like why reference that with black? You know,
For the
the answer's
record,
racism. That's why.
Garage
public
Autonomous. I was I wasn't burning Garage Autonomous because of Maga Man. I was burning him because he was dissing True Sherm.
No, I wasn't.
That's
Yeah,
what
I know. When
There's-
Garage
there's
first
no
came on my
Mega Man
show, I'm
connection there.
like, oh, this is gonna cause some tension because I know that GA was like gunning for some MGTOW guys early on. But
Well,
we
he
all
was-
hate
he
Wally,
was-
so I'm trying to unite.
Yeah.
You know,
Nah, he was scrapping with True Sherm, and they're not scrapping anymore. That's why I dropped making fun of his logo and shit.
Well,
Yeah,
so
well,
we have
Gar-
Wally to thank for that.
GA said he goes. Initially, I thought like I had an opinion of these guys, but after watching it, like I get it. That's kind of the way I feel. I'm like, I can kind of wrap my head around where these guys are coming from.
Same with Big J Triple X. Like he was burning a few people that I'm with, so he got a little bit of burn too. Like he got Big Gay Triple X, and then there was a few logos I made for him.
Yeah, I don't
But I mean,
like
like I said, that shit's squashed, so I stopped bugging them.
every time I watched him, like he was talking about something, like just like Wally, he would talk about some episode that I didn't watch, and I didn't know what he was. I really didn't know where he was coming from. But I know once he, out of nowhere, he left a comment, and he said, "Oh, by the way, your guy's being racist again." And he sent me a link to Wally.
Yeah.
Wally got into an argument with a black guy, and out of nowhere, Wally was like, "You BLM motherfucker!" Like there was no indication that the guy was in Black Lives Matter, but Wally was like, "You BLM motherfucker," and then he started talking Ebonics, like that he was imitating the guy.
Right.
And Big J was like, "Oh, by the way, your boy's doing this." So like, I'm like, "Oh, I guess Big J's okay with me," because I honestly didn't know where we stood.
That's the same shit that he pulled on Della. It was like out of nowhere. He just like, as soon as she's like, "I'd like to speak about Juneteenth," and then he's like, "Wabam, I'm in."
That was one of
Everything
the
you
best
just said
live
is
streams
bullshit.
ever.
It's like let the giant white idiot from the South. He's like, "Oh, Juneteenth, this is right up my alley." Like
Abraham Lincoln,
shut
a
up.
white man, freed the slaves.
Yeah, he's a
well,
Republican too. He's like, "Oh, he was a Republican." It's like, he was a Republican in 1855 or whatever.
He had lots of arguments why he didn't want to do it too.
Well, it's
But
all
it was
nice.
just, it was all like
That was a defining
different
moment
world.
in Wallyville, because I think it was at that moment, at least for me, from what I saw as an outsider, like I already hated the guy, right? But like, I think that was the first time a lot of the MGTOW guys, and Hidden, you can correct me, were kind of like, oh, wait a minute, maybe this guy is a piece of shit. Like up until then, people kind of defending Wally, and he was still playing nice with them. And then that live stream,
Trusher made a video right after that, and so did what's his name? I forget his name.
It was more the Tico sphere that called him out first.
Okay.
So some of them are MGTOW, but it was just more like
JD
Tico
Miles.
because he's on
JD
my
Miles
show.
was JD Miles and Trusher made a video after that denouncing Wally. So
Oh,
that
I
was kind
missed
of like
that.
the start.
What?
And I
missed
know
JD
that
Miles
like
going in.
and I know that Money AD is kind of like Money. The one thing Money AD usually he's kind of neutral, but he was like, "Oh yeah, Maga Man was saying how he doesn't do nothing." Sure, that was like what Money A said about him. Like, yeah, you're blameless in all this. Sure, Wally. Yeah. But I miss shenanigans. Why isn't Money doing shenanigans? Yell at Money for me. I know you guys share the StreamYard.
He has his reasons, but I can't get into it. I
Ooh,
would,
top
I would
secret stuff.
definitely tell everyone, but it's his business if he wants
Ooh,
to.
little sizzle. Ooh, I just imagine he's like, you
not
got to
really.
reel in like the zoo animals. It's like there's 10 people shout at one another. It's probably stressful.
That's part of it. Yeah, that's part of it.
I'll bug him next time I see him. Every time he live streams, it's a bad time for me.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking the last shenanigans was whenever Della and Maga Man got into it.
Really?
That would have been a while ago, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time. He doesn't do them anymore. He might start doing them again in the future.
Sifu was doing them for a while, but it just wasn't the same.
You mean Sifu was doing them? Yeah, he was doing them on his own channel. He pulled a Maga Man. He took the name, and it worked out for Sifu.
But yes, like no one's gonna go see him. Like Maga Man is just so he's so irritating. Oh, I kind of thought he had permission to do that. He's one of the 4 pillars, as my understanding. Sifu, so he got to get away with it.
Yeah, that's all a little
bit
before
I
my
would be
time.
frowned upon.
I came into that; it was already a thing that was going. So I can't call myself a pillar. Yeah.
Oh, well, speaking of which, there's going to be 3 after I leave. I got to bail, guys. I just wanted to pop in and say hi. It's been a pleasure.
All right, man. Yeah, I'll probably wrap it up. I got a message from my wife, so I gotta wrap it up early.
Gotta ask for more time.
Well, we'll have 9 more videos to discuss next week, I'm sure. More insanity. Maybe
I'm really bummed. I gotta figure out how to I know the way Hidden does his show. I gotta figure out how to, instead of I'm uploading videos to StreamYard, and it's problematic. But I think if I make my camera a virtual camera anyway, I'm gonna figure out how to stream videos without fucking problem.
Yeah, you do that.
I might even switch from this to Discord or something else, just to get a different look.
Discord?
Yeah, because you can do all the same shit on Discord, and it doesn't cost you anything.
Oh yeah, but watching Discord, come on.
Yeah, but you're not watching. No, you stream it to your YouTube. It goes right from Discord.
Oh, it's like instead of StreamYard, it's Discord.
Yeah, it's got a little bit different of a look, and you can do some different things.
I just emulated Wally because, I figured if dumb Wally could do it, I could do it.
Oh, before I go, I just found a super straight hat. That's pretty cool.
Oh, is it the same one? Is it this guy?
No, the one that I found is. Oh man, you should have bought this one, Wally. It's much cooler looking.
Oh, you got a better one?
Oh, it's on Pinterest, so I don't know if this is really a thing.
What the fuck is the difference between super straight and straight?
Well, one's super.
Oh,
it's like MAGA and Ultra MAGA.
One's got a hat. Like straight doesn't need anything, so it doesn't have anything. But super straight, that's got a hat.
Well, that's crazy.
I looked it up. Super straight is, I'm straight, but I will never date a trans person. Which is why do you need
that's
to
very
announce
specific.
that?
Yeah, but didn't he say he had a trans friend?
Well, that's what I was joking around before. I'm wondering if they hang out, and everyone's like, oh, maybe Wally will be a pair, and then Wally got this hat, so now this trans person is probably like, oh, Wally's wearing a hat, I will never date you, and the other person's like, oh.
Maybe they going out with a girl. If you're going out with a girl, that's your girlfriend. If you're going out with a boy, that's your boyfriend. If you're going out with a trans, that's your trans friend.
Well, I think it's a trans woman. Wally describes her as. I guess we should, use the proper pronouns. Oh, the droid man. This. I think this is the fun fact. This is the person that I think
a trans man boyfriend.
I think this is the person that gave Wally a lot of money to bail his car out when Wally got his car repossessed. And now they can't stand one another. Surprise! Wally burned that bridge.
I think didn't droid man say keep my name out of your mouth?
Wait a minute. This guy got his car out of impound, gave it back to him, and then he went and put a bunch of stickers on it. And is it the same car?
No, the same.
I think it's the same car.
Yeah, it's the same one Gildardo sold.
He's like, "What did you?"
Yes. So this is the.
I just bought that car for you, and then you put all those stickers on there. What the fuck? Get your own car out next time.
The stickers were on the tire cover, to be fair, not on the car. The only thing he had on the car was the Trump sticker when Trump became a thing.
So now he drives around with just the tire on the back, no cover.
Well, that was when Wally came after me, was because his tire cover got slashed, and the news story was Wally saying
Ah.
it's because I'm a Trump supporter, and we all came out and be like, no, it's because he's an asshole and he pisses off everyone in his orbit. And then Wally's like, why did you say that? And that was.
Can you imagine instead of slashing it, they just cut out the stickers? They left the whole thing there, but just holes where all the stickers were.
Oh,
That's a link to a super straight flag.
That's stupid. Me posting that link. Hey, everyone, look at. No
Well,
one
no,
click on that
that's-
link. You'll go away.
Don't click on that link.
No, it's
I
to
did that-
buy
I
a
did
super
that.
straight flag, so
Streisand.
Wally can hang that from his porch.
Now
Then
that
somebody
the
can,
site's getting flooded.
I don't understand the motivation to like why advertise. It's like saying I will
It's
never
look at
date
me.
a brunette girl. Like okay, like like why advertise that? Like it just in case there's like I guess it's like if Wally thinks there's a trans person following around Walmart
See, I used
interested
to
in
say
him, he's
things
like
like
no.
that. I don't say them anymore because you just end up looking like a liar after when you do the thing. Like I said, I don't really like blondes. I don't really think I'm gonna ever date one of those. Nah, I'll never date a blonde. And then yeah, I dated like fucking.
Yeah,
6
but
of them.
would you get a T-shirt that said "I will never, under any circumstances, date a blonde girl"? Like I don't like it.
There would have been one point, yeah, because
Yeah, you would.
there was a lot of blondes around, and yeah, they were being a problem.
Well, I guess
probably
if
would've-
listen to him, he's like, I got the girl. I'm a girl mag. I'm a babe magnet. So. Well,
Yeah.
normal people like that look like this don't have that problem. So it's just so bizarre to me that you would just go out of your way to be like, I'm not gonna be with.
Here,
Again,
I hear you lighting up, man. That's a great microphone. Love it.
Huh?
I said I heard you lighting up.
Oh,
Something.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm right at the mic now too. I
Yeah, he's
turned it
hit-
down
he's-
so that you guys wouldn't freak out.
He's hanging out in his Canadian garage.
Yeah,
Which is like a regular garage, but the roof is made
Mr.
out of
fucking
thatch.
remembers everything over here. You
How
can't say
cold
shit
is
to
it up
Dan
there?
King without him fucking remembering it and bringing
It's
it
like
up at
stop
some point.
doxing my location. We
Yeah.
narrowed it down. Hidden has a garage.
We found the hottest heat source garage in Ottawa, and there he is. You can see on Google Earth. There he is, waving, smoking a joint on his front lawn.
You have a hydroponic farm in the house.
No,
Yeah.
That shit's too expensive.
I should.
Like energy wise.
That's how my friends in Buffalo used to do it, and then the cops would fly over the houses, and they could tell from IR, like when there
Yeah.
was no snow on the roof, they
Yeah.
knew that those houses were generating too much
Yeah.
heat. Everybody else had snow on the roof, and
I heard also they were looking at electric bills. Like if there was some
right.
like warehouse in the middle of nowhere, and it was like it had like a crazy electric bill, they'd be like, they're growing shit
Yeah.
there.
It's really hard for them now because they use LEDs and shit now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, LEDs are super cool, and they actually do the exact same shit that.
I was going to say, do
phosphorus
they have?
lights.
It's like they have to have the full spectrum, which is
It's
like
just about the light, yeah.
Wallyologist doesn't like it. All right, yeah,
Mm.
we're gonna
Sorry.
leave.
Wallyologist, the guy who wanted
Fuck
a
you,
wrench. who said he's hidden.
Wallyologist.
Yeah, he's a chimera.
As if, are you fucking kidding me? Give me a wrench. so I
Wally,
can
come in
end
the
your
chat.
show.
Wally, just come on in, defend yourself like a man. Stop talking about run to the feds and police or whoever. Like, come on in like a man.
You think the
You will
feds
come in.
aren't watching already, man? They know everything they need to know.
In Wally's mind, the feds are watching my live stream because he told them about me when they visited him for threatening
just-
to kill the vice president.
They're just watching it because it's online. They really don't care. they tapped everybody's computers.
Well, I made a video. I'm like, I wonder if because Wally, like, he threatened the vice president, if like there's some low-level agent that has to watch Wally now. Like
Oh,
that's their
yeah.
job. They have to
24
watch
hours.
his videos.
There's
Like
two
when like
guys
they
taking shifts.
subscribe and whenever he pops up, they like have to watch his video and they're like, okay, Freddy Krueger sweaters.
Yeah. I don't know
Again,
how long
He
that
just made
lasts.
another channel. Let's go.
Again,
and follow
wasting
that one.
government resources with this shit.
I mean,
Maga
I'm
Man
sure they did
3.0.
initially, and then probably after like the 11th or 12th It What Who video, right? And they were probably like, all right, we don't care anymore. I mean,
I think
Secret Service might,
in the
they
vast
might
scheme
hand
of
it
things,
off.
Wally's probably like low level. Like there's probably guys out there who just every video is like, I'm gonna kill everyone on the planet. You know, those are the guys they watching.
Yeah, no,
I
I
wanna
mean, the
take
Secret
one-
Service is very specific, right, in their jurisdiction. So they would hand stuff off to local people. But at the end of the day, cops don't have time for this nonsense. Although, in this age of like a lot of the school shootings and whatever, and people posting ranty, raving shit. Well, Wally should be more careful.
That's why they
They'll
want
make
social
time.
credit scores.
I think with what you're saying, I think that they will make time to investigate psychopath.
Oh shit! Well, then they got their work cut out for them because there's a
They probably
fucking
have
ton.
They probably have
There's a
codes
metric
for
ton.
like the level of danger, and Wally's like they're like this is a guy
Who's serious.
who talks a lot, but he's like a loser. He cries. He doesn't have.
Wally's like marshmallow level, right?
He's probably like a 72B. Like they probably have a code for like, oh yeah, that's like low level loser.
You know how there's like the gold plan and the platinum plan and stuff. Wally's the marshmallow plan.
He's not a threat, dude. He's like nobody. He's just crying, dude. Like, don't worry about it. It's cool.
But he's like a wannabe because he's hanging out with the militia guys with his pop guns, going, "Hey guys, these are just as good." He breaks the barrel and pump it up.
It was a video
threat.
Before he got banned. He was talking about hunting again with his pellet guns. I don't know where that came up, but he was talking about having.
He said it was. He had like a whole bunch of them on the bed, and he was
running
across them, and he's like, "Those are my hunting rifles," and I'm like, "Okay, that's one way to call them for what they are."
No, but he said he was like, if food prices get too high, they were gonna
squirrels.
He was gonna hunt. Right, he was gonna hunt, and he would even feed his enemies. I'm like, with what, you dumbass? Like, how many pigeons can you feed the neighborhood?
Well, imagine
with?
that fantasy. It's like this. It's a post-apocalyptic world. And no one in the South has any weapons, but there's Wally with his break barrel.
Got a whole drawer of
and
pellets.
he's like, don't worry, citizens, I'll go out and I'll feed us. Like that's his what he's thinking. Like, oh no.
He's got a whole drawer of lead pellets, and I cut a little X on the beginning of every one of them. Took me a long time.
I miss Wally doing the freedom flies. I miss his freedom. That's when he did the aluminum foil hat.
Yeah, he was in his manic phase then for a little while. The keyboard warrior.
Yeah,
he'd bounce up and down.
He starts that video. He's like, "I like to drink Monster Energy drinks," and he holds up the drink, and he's all mad. And he's talking about a minute. It's like, stop drinking that, Wally. it's going south on you. Some people drink coffee for the caffeine, but I like drinking energy drinks. It's really good.
Yeah, I drink coffee, and then it kept me up at night, and I couldn't sleep. I don't understand why.
Surprise!
Right. I don't sleep at night. I drink energy drinks all day, but I can't sleep at night.
Well, the truth, I mean, he's got no agenda, right? He was talking also about shopping, and because he's retired, he has the luxury of shopping late at night when they restock the stores and on a Tuesday because he's got nothing else to do. So no surprise he doesn't sleep well because he doesn't have to get up for anything, right? He doesn't have to be anywhere. He doesn't have to do anything. So he could go to bed at 1. He could go to bed at 4. He could not go to bed. It makes no difference.
You're making that sound really fucking attractive right now, to be honest.
Well, he's got no circadian rhythm. Yeah, after a while, though. I mean, I did that for like a few months when I was working part-time years ago. And that's fine for a little while. But then your body, you have no biological clock, right? You can't stay asleep because there's no set schedule to your life. You can just sort of amorphously float in and out.
I got a bit of that, but I can't get to sleep, and once I get to sleep, I can't wake up. It's like I can be narcoleptic at times.
So I'm the opposite. I could fall asleep in a second. I can't stay asleep for more than like an hour or two.
Yeah, that's
the opposite. Too. Also, I got a 53-year-old prostate.
So, well, you know, you should do, Hebrew. You should make a series of videos lamenting about your health and try to get
bonitis.
Strangers.
I've got a rash on my knee.
This is what you do. You go to the black conservative sector of YouTube and make a video just out of nowhere. Be like, "Hey guys, anyway, I have trouble sleeping and I have to wear a sleep mask," and everyone would be like, "What is going on?
What's up, my girl, Queen Ma'at? How are you?"
I was fantasizing about taking some clips of Wally and prepare. I was gonna go onto Mo Reese's show and just start playing Wally's video, thinking it was me live. But I'm like, I don't have the time to do this. But I was gonna do that and then play Wally's greatest hits of Wally just doing like a racist rant, and everyone is like, "What's he talking about?" Before they figured it out, they'll listen to him.
Oh, speaking of all that stuff, whatever happened to the whoever did the Biden boy videos? Like, remember, that's what that kind of set a lot of this off. Do they still exist?
I think one of there was 3 videos and one was taken down. One
Oh,
just
yeah?
went away. So who knows what happened?
I mean, because that's what really opened up the world.
Yeah, it was classic. The Biden Boy video came out, and then Wally appeared on True Sherm's show. Like, because that's what you do. Like, when you're the racist white guy, you go to the black guy's show, and you're like, "Hi, I messed up." But Wally was like non-apologetic. He's just like, "Oh, they're trying to label me as a racist." It's like, yeah, there was a
It's your
video
fault.
where you said some super racist shit, but Wally wasn't apologetic. He was like, "Oh, they're just trying to slander me." It's like,
False
yeah.
narrative.
Oh, don't. I put in Biden boy YouTube in the search.
Have you not seen these videos?
Joe Biden fondle young boy in Kentucky.
I
Wow.
imagine it's not
the
the
wrong one.
This
It's
one
not
that
the
I
right
have-
one.
I'm out of here.
Hold on, let me. I could find him.
Could you
Yeah,
play a
don't want
clip of Biden Boy
and
on your
Boy in
channel
the
without
same-
getting a copyright strike?
You get tracked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? It's a Biden boy. He's gonna sue me. But I totally
Yeah,
lifted that person's intro.
How many? Who is it that did it? Who has? How many subs do they have?
I don't know.
They'd
Hold on,
probably
let me
be
look.
like, "Oh, you're promoting my video. Nice." A lot of people don't get pissed off as long as you tell people where it's coming from. Oh man! So what was the name of the channel?
It's
Hold
Biden,
on.
wasn't it?
It was Biden Boy, wasn't it?
I got
Put
it.
in
There's a
Biden
link.
Boy. Search for channel.
Did it work? I put it in this. I put in.
26
put it in the wrong place.
subs. That's specific. I mean, how many subs do you got, Dan? 26 subs.
So there used to be 3 in there, but one of them went away.
Here, you want me to play it because it might not robot.
Oh, can you play it? Yeah, play it.
Yeah, hang on a second.
There's the racist one, right? That's the big one.
I don't know. Hang on.
Just play it. Just play it.
Wally
I
hates
was
this
going to
video.
go to bed, but I'll wait for this.
You got to add it. It's at the bottom.
Yeah, here we go.
Hold up here. Let me.
Oh, this is substance abuse. This isn't the racist one, but still.
That was Maga Man, the old intro. He would do Maga Man with that.
Same font.
I think the
Yeah,
same.
exactly.
Fucked up the logo.
I found it. The font
Close
is
enough.
it's Terminator font.
You guys can make fun of me and make all the videos you want about me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
We
Always
will.
the intro.
Say what you want. Put all the videos out there that you want, because frankly, I
Pussy.
don't care what you think.
We will. Right.
So go ahead, all you trolls. Make videos about this. Go and make all the videos you want.
Or you want to make videos about
Yeah.
me?
He had very wet eyes in
I
that one.
just don't care anymore.
They're
I
those
really
fat
don't
ass
care.
sausage
I don't
fingers.
care if people re-upload this video. You can make
No
fun of me whatever
eyebrows.
you want.
But his dick is a
It
full
doesn't
though. But he's got
bother me.
That's real
little sausage
emotion.
fingers.
Thanks for permission.
You crying?
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Nobody's labeling. They're just pointing out.
No, I'm slandering him. That's why.
Wait, what? No.
That they falsely accused me of being a racist, framing me as a racist and a bigot and an Archie Bunker. But they come out and they start labeling me a racist and a bigot.
They labeled me a racist, a bigot.
I am not a racist. There's no evidence that shows anywhere
There
that
is.
I'm a racist in any way, shape, or form.
Plenty of it.
My name is Dr. Wu. Then I have China flu. I'm true.
Well, I'm gonna get flagged now.
Kung
Talking about the road.
Kung Fu. No, he's
I
talking
don't
about
care.
Fu.
You can label me a toxic male. That I have white.
His
With a
hat.
pumpkin
Wally.
hat.
Here's a funny one for you. Some people out there have black.
Is that his Michael Myers? The start of his Michael Myers costume?
Oh, I remember that picture that came with the apartment, that wine and bread in the background. And there's the kids' bunk beds.
Yeah,
Kevin-
they are in the back.
Kevin tried to get that hat, but it turns out it's like a $200 Trump hat. It's
What?
Like, it's like, yeah, it's like that hat
Wow.
is a crazy expensive hat that Wally got.
Get the fuck out of here! That's a
Yeah,
Trump
it's a
hat?
limited edition MAGA hat.
Get the fuck.
Yeah, like
outta
how do you even know it's
here.
a MAGA hat? It doesn't make it seem
On the
so
back, it
fucking
says
weird.
"Make America Great Again."
God, what a pumpkin.
So they're trying to reverse the trolling because that's what they make fun of Trump being a pumpkin, right? Because he's
I
orange.
guess.
They
He's
say he's
orange.
Orange Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
the gag? I get it
Yeah.
now.
So
Orange
he's like the
pumpkin.
pumpkin, right? So this is the MAGA. Like I don't know, is he behind?
I also
that?
want to
don't
point out
think-
that Wally is the captain of the soccer team because of that green and white armband.
Oh, I thought he was in the SS.
Is that that's what that means?
And that's not part of the shirt. Like Wally puts on the shirt and then he puts that on over his sleeve.
He looks
And
like
then
he's
goes
on
out about.
Dragon Ball.
Well, it's probably like that in reality, but the question is that a real armband or is that just like electrical tape and shit? They're like hockey
With
tape,
Wally, I'm sure it's an
plasticine.
authentic 1982 $400 Bayern Munich blah blah blah.
Because of affirmative action, feminism, LGBTQ, gay, black,
See how
Muslim,
angry
something
he
or
is
other.
there?
Hello, my name is. Here are the handouts because I have a label.
That was perfect swiping though with his hand.
And they're trying to push this
It's
bullshit
gay.
because of Aunt Jemima monkey sounds. You, Aunt Jemima. Let me rub my
There you
white
go.
man.
Look what he
The
does
box.
with his mouth. Look.
Oh,
Look. You see? Look at that.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's
Yeah,
an impression of your mom getting gang raped in a black.
Do you? Does this have the fucking
Black
Blaze one where he's like shoving Aunt Jemima into the?
Oh,
See, I gotta deal with it.
I've never seen that one. I've heard about it though. He
What?
takes the Aunt Jemima bottle and he's fucking the rubber pussy with it.
Yeah, and he's sucking on it like a dick.
I never saw this.
Maybe
What?
I'll
Gotta
open
go to
those
the
up
vault.
for viewing on my channel. Yeah,
Holy
God
shit!
they're
I
on my
never saw
channel.
that.
They're all privated, but I can pop one of them up, I guess.
Bar. Oh,
This is
oh, how do you like that, motherfucker?
That's also the flag of heroes. It has all the name of the 9/11 survivors. Many people died rather.
Because she's a hot, sexy Colombian female
Oh
that
jeez.
I have money that I can roll through my fingers, which pisses
That sounds
them
like
off
change.
to no end.
He's obviously fucked
That
up.
I was in newspapers, I was on the internet. I am famous, and they don't like it, especially this little Barney Rubble-looking little neck-bearded
Yeah, that's
Star
you.
Wars faggot, and his
Oh,
little fucking
Gook. Nice,
cock-
Wally.
cocksucker who actually.
wait a minute. Is that you, Dan? He's talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he like I don't even look like Fred Flintstone, and he also like in the same sentence he says I'm
Fred
a
Flintstone
faggot,
doesn't have
but
a
then makes
beard.
fun of my wife. So it's like
Saying that she's Wilma.
no, but like he calls me a faggot, but then he's like and his wife,
Yeah.
like.
Well, you called
See.
somebody a gook, right? Right as you were pausing.
I wouldn't say wife. I'd say beard. Married her
Yeah, but
just
he
to
doesn't
look
go
like
that
he's
far.
straight. Yeah. Well, that's just it. It's low effort.
Actually has a criminal record, by the way.
Oh my
and a
God! You
single
have a fucking criminal record, by the way. Okay. I'm
No, he's
No,
talking
the-
about the GOK.
British divorcee.
Stop fucking with you.
That's
that is
me.
forced to take care of his two ugly-looking kids.
There it is.
Oh,
Hurt
wait a
me.
minute.
That's why I call my kids ugly, because Wally
Yes.
called them ugly.
Yeah, we
Wally
just
also told me
roll
I
with
have
whatever Wally
I wear a
does.
coffee filter on my head. which
He's
is-
talking about you?
Yeah.
That's why Hebrew's here. You have a
That's why I'm known as Hebrew Spaceman. I'm the least Jewish guy there is, but Wally called me a fucking Heb Kike motherfucker. So okay, here I am.
Oh. No.
Why does that come out so easily? Like
I've been trying to get the guy that Wally called a GOK on, but he's shy. I'm like,
I've
come on.
heard all those words, and I've even like read them out loud, but it's not my vocabulary. So like for that
it's
to be the
Wally's.
first thing that comes to your mind, it's like, wow, you must think about that all fucking day.
Yeah,
But
and
like
also
he's like, there's no
he's drunk
evidence
here.
to support this. Yeah, he's like, there's
He's
no
so
evidence
like-
to support it.
This is the
You're like a Catholic.
uninhibited.
He thinks you're Jewish, but you're actually like Italian
German.
Catholic or something.
Well, he's right. My kids are ugly, but that's
Ah,
no, that's not.
Oh, no doxing.
Yeah, they love Wally.
Scumbag,
Oh shit, you're scumbag too.
black
What's going on with
shinebox cocksucker that's sending me these death threats.
Fuck.
Come on, send me more tonight. I want you to. Please do so. I've actually sent a note to the North Pole to
What?
Santa Claus.
Oh my god.
Christmas is an American holiday.
Wait, this gets good.
These were his funny days.
Probably in
I
a
will
back
admit.
alley
The
somewhere
shit he would
in
say
a fucking
was
trailer
funny.
home, just like your type typically do. You're probably ugly with broken
type.
teeth, broke the gum line, frizzy, fucked up Brillo. Like you probably have
Brillo
one
hair.
leg shorter than the other. One of your nipples hangs down past your fucking elbow.
Whoa. Is he just like saying all this shit out of nowhere, or is
Yeah.
this all true shit? Like you actually have a
He's
sagging
talking
nipple
about
and shit?
some. All he knows about the person is they're black and they may be a woman, and that's why he's
And
like
one
black.
nipple is
Get
lower
your
than
shine
the
box
other.
and shoes.
Shine
Brillo
box.
But then he
hair.
but then he gets oddly specific about weird things. Like you got one nipple that's lower than the other. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? How
Broken
do you-
teeth at the gum line, whatever.
Well, I think this is the one where he says skin tags. If I'm not mistaken, he goes into skin tags. I'm like, what the fuck?
Fuck you, ugly and Black Lives Matter scumbags, because all lives matter. Black lives don't matter. You fucks don't have the ball.
Dude, we can make a rap song with all this shit.
Do it.
Yeah, do it.
Like grab a fucking thing. It's like, you got fucking skin tags. You Black Lives Matter fags. Like just fucking keep sticking them in all the right places with rhyming.
Let me
and
work
shit.
on it, dude. Let me see if I can work on it.
I'm telling you. You can make a song with this shit and it'll be
It'd be great.
fucking classic.
Maga rap.
He has a good speaking voice, although he is pretty fucked up in this one.
But it's all kind of monotone, so you can throw it in there like a song. It wouldn't even. You could use auto-tune to make them sing.
You guys gonna say auto-tune it?
Balls. You don't have the balls because you know
You don't have the
that
balls.
at this point in
He's so
time,
drunk.
I know it's gonna piss black
This gets good.
socialist, leftist, and Marxist scum. This honky is your fucking master.
Yeah, you need.
That's right.
Mhm.
Grab your shine box and shoes. You left-wing socialist Marxist.
And I don't like
fucking
Jews.
commie scumbags. That's
Commie
why murder
scumbags,
is up.
black man,
That's why fucking
Lives Matter
rape is up.
fags.
Because of you fucking Star Wars faggots. That's what you are. You're like the sucking fuck.
Wait, where does he get that from? Are you guys all like, like wrestlers oil each other up before the shows?
This
and
is
shit 'cause they
Wally's
can't reach,
like
but,
fantasy world. He's just like, oh, I think about my Star Wars guys just sucking and fucking. That's
You guys all go in the shower after you take off your uniforms or some shit. Like it's the real, it's the real deal. Like you're in the army.
But
and
he's
some
like a
shit.
16-year-old. Like who talks like this in their
Fucking
40s? Well, that's
Well,
the big
fuck.
moment.
I've never talked like this, so I'm like, this is all like, I know these words exist, but why do you got to throw
But let it
so
play
many of
out.
them
Let
in
him hear.
together?
Let the man speak.
Like, motherfucker. I said that. That's why your own people are marching across the Brooklyn Bridge with fucking Trump flags.
He's talking about me. It's being
Fuck
Jewish.
that shit.
Once you put
Wait,
it out
wait.
there,
Wait,
you're
dude,
pretty
you
much
missed
held
what's it?
accountable for your own words.
why
You
So
want that
tough
big
shit.
You want me to go back?
Regain your manlyhood. Regain your strength. And never apologize to anyone.
He always
for not
apologizes.
regaining it.
And it's like I've said to certain
Whoa.
people that are out there who know where I stand, who think
Put
that their
that
precious
down.
little emails and death
He's so
threats are
tough.
going to rattle me in any way, shape, or form. Remember, my reach is vast.
And my
He's like
peppermint
You're
is
going to
long.
come here. Good luck.
That down.
It's like Wimpy's looking weapon.
You all wanted to break me. You finally broke me. You
I'm gonna
wanted to break
tase
me.
you. I'm gonna tase you like that guy in that gets tased in
You
the
all
video
wanted
that
to
doesn't go
break
down.
me. I finally broke you.
I thought that was one of you
I-
guys making fun of him. I didn't realize it was the video. Oh shit, that's too fast. You gotta pause that shit. You are broken, Mega Man. You seem to have some severe mental health issues. Get some help, fix yourself. And then okay. Let's pause. Miscellaneous information. People with bipolar disorder have episodes of uncharacteristic periods of anger and aggression. Missing the space. Grandiosity and overconfidence. Easy tearfulness, frequent sadness. Needing little sleep to feel rested. Uncharacteristic impulsive behavior. Moodiness.
Uncharacteristic is right.
Confusion and inattention. That's what I'm saying, man. It's a little broad.
Like you can't
He's
read.
doing it. People with histrionic
yeah.
personality disorder have
queen.
episodes of constant seeking of reassurance or approval, excessive sensitivity to criticism or disapproval,
You think?
pride of own personality, and unwillingness to change, viewing any change as a threat. That was a lie.
There's no
Using-
indication of that anywhere on the planet.
You look all over my vehicle and you won't find that. Using
Under no shape
fictitious
or form.
Excuse me while I go to my local watering hole.
or
Salute.
psychological disorders to garner attention. Yeah, but factitious somatic symptoms. Factitious, what that just means real.
I don't know. Like making it up, maybe? Is that faking it?
I'm waiting for Hebrew to tell me because he wrote this.
Yeah, I'm blanking on it. I actually did know this, and I should. I'm embarrassed that I don't. I gotta go Google this.
Notice he did not say it wasn't him that wrote this.
Well, no, I wouldn't have that much time. I actually have a fucking job. I can't do this kind of shit for a living. Come on.
I'm
This
sorry,
looks like it
but
was
when
just
I
cut
said
from
when I said I didn't say histrionic, you corrected me very quickly.
Well, that's true. Factitious disorder is a serious mental disorder in which somebody deceives others by appearing sick, by purposely getting sick, or by
faking it.
self-injury. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
faking
there you
it,
go.
basically.
Yeah,
That's what that means. I couldn't get it out better than that. There you go.
he's basically just picking the wrong psychological disorders.
Well, he just, you
Because
know, my back.
in the last thing it said that he's like bipolar and stuff.
Well, he's all of it, right?
Yeah.
His mental and physical. Even his all his shit with sarcoidosis and his PTSD. He's made it up to justify his insanity.
He's schizophrenic. He's schizophrenic.
Well, he also goes like I'm having a panic attack right now. It's like I don't think that's a panic attack. Like I've never had one, but from my understanding, you're not coherent. You're not going, I'm having a panic attack. I better go to the doctor now. It's like you're having you're so distressed that you can't function.
And what's more important, even if he was, let me get my phone and let me record myself having a panic attack.
Are you all right?
If are you all right, sir?
Yeah, it was a. Show me what was it with his belly? The EMT.
Yeah, he just he just explained that away. He's like, don't worry about that video, guys. Anyway, like, dude,
Well,
like EMT was resuscitating you. Like, what?
Well,
what
I'm
happened?
picturing the end of that where before it got cut off is the guy, but Wally went, and the guy said, "Show me on the belly where it's tender," and then the guy touched him, and Wally farted and was like, "Oh, that feels better." And that was the end of it.
Well, the guy looked up and Wally was like doing this.
Yeah, video.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Why you like you can't talk to me, but you're holding a camera recording it? Like that's weird. It's almost as if you have some kind of personality disorder.
Well, that's the thing. Like when he's always like hating on pot and shit, and it's like we have no reason to hate on it unless you tried it and it fucked you up really bad. And if it fucked you up really bad, there is a chance that you got some kind of psychological disorder. Because
Wally was born. Wally is a walking psychological disorder.
But he also
was
talks
born
about drinking on a live stream when he's done it multiple times, and not just that. Like the last video we just watched, he's obviously intoxicated. So like
he would have a bad view of pot because if he would take it, he would suffer the bad effect from it and think everybody gets that effect off it when most people don't get that effect.
He would go paranoia.
Well, it could trigger schizophrenic episodes. Like it's psychoactive. So when you smoke it, it's kind of like
I've heard about that. Yeah, like LSD can do that too. It like permanently
LSD a bit, yeah, because it can
turn
give you,
on
like,
a thing and then it never goes off.
It gives you like tracers and shit. Like that's if you're smoking super high powerful concentrate, or if you got some kind of issue, it could trigger that. Just the weakest weed could do.
God,
that
imagine Wally on acid. I'd watch that show. Just put Wally in a room with acid, give him some acid, and just film it.
He would probably just stare at the screen, making different faces for a long time, and then he would start talking uncontrollably and about shit that you don't even know what he's talking about. Kind of like most of his videos.
Yeah, like any other day.
The padded
Just
room
be
with a
longer.
monitor, and you just put pictures on the screen.
Be
Darth
like 12
Vader,
hours.
501st,
His gut is fast. That's
Hebrew
funny.
Spaceman.
You mean
So, yeah.
AKA that Hebe Kike motherfucker?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's not my words. Trust
Don't
me.
strike. Don't strike, you two. Whoa, that was too much. That was too much.
Quick.
Sad fishing.
Sad
Oh
fishing.
boy. Well, that's
I
what
didn't even
call,
know, like,
that's what I
like
call
Wally was
concern
doing
trolling.
sad fishing before it was a thing. Like I think
No,
it wasn't
it used to
cold
be
thing.
called. No, it was called concern trolling. It's when you go.
What's that fishing? I've never heard that before.
It's like you go
Wally used to
on
do this years ago. He would make a video. He'd be like, "Oh, I think I'm very sad. I may jump off a cliff today. I don't know."
Yes,
And then he'd wait for
yes.
everybody
Oh,
to
yes.
check up on him.
Yeah.
That's sad.
And his profile picture would go black on Facebook, and goodbye. This is where Dan gets the whole goodbye,
concern
cruel
troll.
world.
You're trolling the internet for people to be concerned about you.
He won't reply to the "Are you okay?" messages for
Yeah.
like a few days.
Right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
So
like,
everybody
oh my
gets
God,
really
I was
worked
worried
up.
about you.
Well,
And
he
then they're
did
like,
it.
"Oh,
So
it was nothing, guys. It's okay."
He did it so many times that people ignored him. Like he did it like 7 or 8 times,
Little boy
and then
blue.
no one contacted him anymore. And then he was like, "Shame on
fried
you for
wolf,
not
so-
reaching out to me because I have this mental disorder." Is this the real? This must be the real Maga Man. Welcome to the show, Maga Man.
You know what? I was going to mention you too.
It's amazing how jealous you guys are. It's ridiculous how jealous. Like, it's obvious
We
you want
live
to be me.
vicariously through you, Maga
You
Man.
want what I have. Listen, you're just mad that I'm fully retired at the young age of 40, and
I am.
you guys got to work and go to work. Listen,
we go to work to pay for your retirement, you piece of shit.
Let me tell you something. How smart I am. I have these low wattage light bulbs that save me money because
smart.
$82 is a lot of money to some people, and
I
then
have
to most
Costco
people,
bread.
it's just like whatever's in their wallet. But you guys are just so jealous, and it's ridiculous. And you know what, Hidden? I'm really upset with you, my brother, for letting these people like for listening to them and this Barney Rubble looking motherfucker.
Sound disappointed.
I don't think Barney Rubble. I don't know where he's getting that from. Barney's like he's a blonde. I don't understand. And he has no beard. Maga Man, you're bad at this.
I look more like Barney Rubble than you do, actually.
You know, it's really funny though. Maga Man showed up on my show on Friday, and I think he got someone to expose themselves.
What? I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
I tried.
in talking about the things Maga Man talks about, and someone else just piped up like sounded exactly the same, and everybody's like, "Huh, you're not in on the joke." So
yes,
is real life for you, buddy?
I did see some of that. Yeah, like the guy was really racist. He's like, yeah.
Wait, you don't know who that was?
I know who that was.
I don't know who it was. It's just amazing that we outed somebody, which is great.
Yeah. Someone that's actually being high and mighty right now, going around lording over people. So that was actually pretty fucking spicy.
I don't know if you guys already talked about it.
Haven't seen it yet, but when they see it,
yeah, I was trying to look for it. You didn't have it listed because I was trying to put a clip show together so that people could go check out the whole show.
That's why they call me Hidden.
There it is.
He puts all the good stuff into private. Damn it! I was actually looking for the one when Wally got sad and like it was before Wally made a live stream when he was killing himself. I think it was the Blaze or something, and Hidden locked that away in the vault. I was like, God damn it! I was trying to find it.
You got to get that shit while it's hot, man.
You still see he's on a spree.
Wally started out in that live stream where he was like, "Hey, you guys are pretty funny," because Virtual Maga Man was there and everyone was laughing. But then it went south on Wally, and he went like suicidal. But because I remember, I think it was Duzang. He sent me a message like privately. He's like, I think you broke Maga Man. And he was all concerned. I'm like, Wally commits suicide every other week. It's not a big deal. He'll be fine.
So there's two things, and I'm sure you covered it. One, he's still spending money like crazy. He bought four Freddy Krueger sweaters.
Yes.
For to do it on a comparison video, and out of his 400 plus subscribers, not one of them gives a shit about Freddy Krueger sweaters. I guarantee it.
It's not just the 400 subscribers, by the entire world.
Yeah, but where's he been hanging out though? If he's on other people's streams, he might be glomming again.
It's all Maurice and Queen is where he's getting his subs from.
Yeah,
And
so
Queen is
maybe they're interested in that shit, and so he's like,
I'm starting to think Queen is like a female version of MAGA. Like she put out this post saying, "Hey guys, I know you're worried and concerned, but I'm okay." And I'm like, wow, she's just like MAGA Man.
Oh, did she? I didn't.
Cat sad Fisher.
Yeah, yeah, like come on, nobody really cares. And if you're sick, nobody will really know it unless you're gonna tell us you're sick. Like,
Yes,
just be sick.
Wally found his home in the black conservative sector of YouTube. He's right at home.
Oh, that's great. That is great.
Yeah, I was actually I watched a couple. I was trying to see if Wally made a fake, a secondary YouTube account to get to like tell Maurice and Queen Mahat that he's I got a ban or whatever. But like he was quiet for the whole week. He just sat there.
Yeah, I was gonna say he said he got a strike. He got a community strike or something like that, right?
Yeah, he said he made a video in 2021 about the Rona, and they finally got around to flagging him, and that's why he had a week. But it was in the middle of his live stream, so in the middle of his live stream, they were like, "Yep, canceled."
Oh,
So
you know what
his head
that
must
means
have
they were telling him
exploded.
to shut up, and he wasn't listening because he wasn't looking at his emails. That's
I mean, not for nothing. Like there's a process when I watch Wally videos. Like the very first thing, as soon as I hit play, I hit thumbs down. So like that's like my
me
process
too.
for every video. And then I'll wait.
I
for
report
about,
him.
Yeah, I'll wait exactly. I'll wait for a couple of minutes in, just that magic moment where I could be like, "Yep, report." He says something hateful, and there. Yeah.
Yep.
So every video is the same thing, and I don't know why I thumbs down them because they're really great videos. I really should be thumbs upping them. I'm just thumbs down them because it's a dick.
Well, because he went to Twitter. He was like, YouTube, people keep thumbing down my videos, make it stop. And he showed his trolls that, so it's like, okay, it obviously annoys you, thumbs down. But imagine reaching out to YouTube, be like, make the thumbs down stop, YouTube. Like YouTube,
well, that's
like,
when ratio
make better
became a
content.
thing.
Like I don't know.
Yeah.
that's when ratio became a thing. So now, if you get a whole bunch of comments but no likes, now it looks like your video is shit. That's what people look at.
Well, he can't get any comments because he's afraid to read. So God forbid somebody says something.
Everything I researched, they say when you put your comments off, it's like a death sentence because YouTube's not going to promote your content if you shut down comments because they want people interacting about your video.
You need the interaction.
Yeah, so he's like cutting his own throat, but he's like Maga Man said, he can't stand like the comments.
It's "Make America Great Again."
But then that
whoa, is that a double positive?
That's it. 2024, baby.
Right?
I wonder, does Nightbot block the comments? Maybe. I don't think Nightbot does like comments on videos. I think it's only the live stream stuff.
And it's funny because for Nightbot, he says like, I put in these words that'll be detected. So what are the words that he's putting in? Like abuser, arrested. Like what are the words? That
I wanted to do a bit in my other show, but we got distracted. I wanted to make a list for him. I wanted to get together and make a whole list. Choke is definitely on there. Fraud is definitely on there. Baby mom is definitely on there.
Oh man,
got all the hits.
WinterCon is probably on there.
Star Wars.
Think about that. Like he craves the attention of a live stream, but he wants to control his audience utterly and stifle any negative things that they may come up with. It's just like the guy who cries about cancel culture is like trying to control his audience from asking too many questions.
Oh yeah, now his live stream is literally if you talk about anything that we talk about on this channel, he blocks you.
Hidden Hebrew. I saw
So,
HS.
He'll just kick you out, and he'll block you and all that. So you're not allowed to talk about
criticizing. No criticizing. Even he'll mention some cryptic thing about, I did a Hail Mary, and they'll be like, what are you talking about? Oh, bye. Like, what you brought it up? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Every now and then he'll be like, all these assholes in New York, blah blah blah, and then someone will be like, oh, so these assholes in New York put out a video that said you hit your wife. Well, I'm not going to entertain that, and if you guys want to, talk
you brought it up.
Yeah, exactly. Like the guy's an idiot.
But he just wants you to go, oh, really? Oh, they said bad things about you, you poor man. I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. Like, that's all he wants. And anything else, Nightbot, your whole Nightbot.
And they're like, oh, these guys are saying things about you, and you're not really saying you didn't do any of it.
Like, I was pissed. I was watching Queen Mahat, and Wally was like, I tried apologizing, and he said, fuck you. And, like, she didn't ask the obvious follow-up, like, oh, you apologized to him? What did you do? Like, she didn't care. She doesn't care about Maga Man. But I was like, ask him what he did, Queen Mahat. Like, that never fucking happened.
If you want me to care about you,
sympathize. Oh, he didn't take my apology. He's the bad guy. Like, what did you do? Like, maybe it was bad enough that he didn't take your apology. Like, but Wally doesn't get that far.
Well, if she's the female Maga Man, that means that this is how she gets all her viewers the same way. So
yeah,
she'd be entertaining it just to get you guys just
she's monetized and she doesn't care.
Yeah.
She just like, oh, this guy's good, you know.
It's
He
just
comes
another
in,
guy
causes
with
the
a
fuss,
few
people watch.
Yeah.
See if I
But
can find it.
that's a fight waiting to happen because she doesn't know how he really acts.
Like I said, I was gonna like try to get in her live stream and then just play a Maga Man video of him being awful. so she has questions, but I'm like, I don't have the time to do it. And Wally will be like, impersonation, you know, like he'll just do that whole thing.
Yeah, no, she's totally out of her mind because she thinks Maga Man's a great stand-up guy, which is nuts.
Well,
if Wally could just
like I
stick
said,
to the
it's a
subject,
fight waiting to happen.
if he just goes like he goes on this show and he like you know he does his whole right wing stuff, but like whatever, that's that crowd. But he can never stick to his guns. He's always like the trolls and New York and WinterCon, and everyone's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but she might learn from that too, right? But what
I'm
I
sure
think
the seed has been planted because she like I went on her show and then Slippery went on his show and then Wally came on, he's like, oh, those are the trolls and they're after me, and she like didn't. She was like, what do you know? Like, okay, great. Like, she didn't want Wally saying a thing about the trolls, but she was wasting he was wasting her time.
Does he ever say the racist shit when he's there though? Like, does she?
He does, but they like eat it up. It's a weird crowd. Like he'll say how many black people here feel like you're oppressed? Like he did that once.
Yeah,
and then,
but the funny thing, he goes like, do you see any black people hanging from trees? Do you see anybody working in cotton fields? Like, dude, what?
Well, he also talks about slavery, and then he talks about the Jewish Holocaust, like they're the same thing. He's like, nobody's taking black people and putting them in pizza ovens. It's like those are two different horrible things that happened in history, and he's combining them. Like, no one bought a slave in 1850 and then burnt them, you know, up. Like that didn't happen. Maybe it happened.
Why is he even doing Oppression Olympics with people that he doesn't like? Is the funny thing.
Yeah.
It's like this one's better than that one. Meanwhile, you don't like either of them. So what do you?
But that crowd is weird. Like there's like guys that come on, they're like hillbillies, and they have like Confederate flags and stuff. And she made the background.
So she
a
doesn't
Confederate
have a
flag.
black audience. She doesn't have a very big black audience. She has like a
no,
white
she
audience.
does. It's a weird crowd. It's like these conservative black guys, and they're fine with Confederate imagery and all that stuff. It's like whatever. This great nation of ours has a multitude of people.
Yeah, it sounds.
So maybe that's why they put up with
young.
him. It's almost like a thing, like, oh, we'll tolerate this incredibly racist white dude from the South.
Because he talks like the people that we like.
Yeah, the one I saw, there was a guy. It was like a patch, and it was a combination of the 3%ers and the Confederate flag. And I was like, ooh, that's some hardcore shit. Like, that guy's pretty extreme. He's like the 1% of the 3%. I think it's the 3%ers, right? Is it the 3 or the 2%ers? It's like a militia thing. I think the 3% represent, like, I think their deal is like 3% of the country. If we rebelled, we could take over the government, and that's where they get the 3% from. Maybe I'm making this up. Somebody in the chat can correct me. I don't know. I'm not the 3%, guys.
No,
I'm
but
feeling like if I
American
type it
citizen.
in a search, I'm gonna get
like
fucking
the
knocked
greatest
on the door.
is hearing Wally talk about how like, you know, the times are crazy and the gas is this expensive and how everybody's in survival mode. And I'm listening to all this. I'm like, yeah, you know, things are a little bit more expensive, but I'm kind of fine. Like, you know, I'm paying extra bucks for gas, and so what? Like I don't have to worry about $82 of a electricity bill. Like,
well, also nobody is about to, like, grab their rifle and
Right.
shoot like the next cop they see. But in Wally's mind, it's like the Civil War's coming.
Yeah, and one
The
of his
Civil War's
videos, he was
coming,
like,
and Wally has a plan for the Civil War. Those are two things that like alarm me a little bit.
in one of his videos, he was saying
I can see
how
one, but not the other.
he was saying how, like, they're going to make everybody like eat plants and no more meat and all that. And he said he's going to go hunt these animals so he could feed himself and his friends. I'm thinking the greatest part would be like, Wally gets arrested for illegal hunting because he's trying to like feed his family.
It's also he's going to shoot the deer with a BB, and the
Yeah,
deer's
it's gonna
going to
be
take
nice.
off wounded, and he's going to be like, "Oh."
Like, you can stun a deer from 25 feet with this pepper ball.
Yeah, not to mention his aim is probably going to
You'd
be
have
shit.
to go right up to a sleeping deer and put the barrel against his head, and maybe you can kill the thing. He's so deluded.
You're just gonna piss it off and make it like rupture itself.
It's
on all
like
kinds of
cruel.
trees
It's like
and
the
shit.
thing's going to run off with a wound, which is like,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah,
do
he's going to
that.
have a pellet stuck in his head.
Yes, and then
Yeah.
like if it
Yeah,
gets
making me
excited,
feel
the
bad.
meat tastes wrong or something. That's a thing. Not a big hunter.
Well, no, if you like bruise the meat, there's gonna be blood all throughout everything. It taints the meat.
I heard
But you
something
know
like if the creature is scared for a long amount of time,
Well,
the meat tastes different. I don't know if I buy that.
that's
'cause
that's adrenaline running through the blood.
yeah, like
It
something
pumps it through the meat.
like there's something in the blood
Yeah.
and it's affecting the muscles. I'm like,
Well,
I
you're-
don't know. I'd have to see some data.
You're
on it.
adding that conspiracy stuff to it because that's what they say about Hillary Clinton.
And I missed it. Did he
She
ever
likes
talk
Would you
about
kill
the,
Hillary to eat her? She's gonna taste
No.
funny.
Like, she scares kids before she
Hillary
finishes
Clinton's
them.
10
Oh
feet
right,
tall
she
and
was
she eats
eating
children.
children for a while. Yeah.
I didn't want to have to say it, but yeah.
I
Did
wish
he
it
ever
was
If
bad.
tell
you
his
get a
story
strike,
about?
it's your own damn fault.
Keep talking about the Clintons eating children. It gets me in trouble every time.
Did he ever tell the story about the shooting or no? The drive-by?
Well, he tried to, but then like YouTube yanked the rug from
Branched.
under him in a little live stream.
He never got
I've
to
been
it.
trying to find the story
It's a
on the
3 hour.
news for that, and like
Yes,
like,
you're the third person. You, me, and I think Hebrew said he was looking
dude,
for the
I don't think it
story.
happened. Like if somebody died, like he said, like to a drive-by, it would have made the news.
He
I
would
don't
have caught
think
it on tape.
I searched the street. I searched for like drive-by, all the regular stuff, and then I searched for. He mentioned the street that it happened. There's like there's a major road there, and nothing. There's nothing on any
the dude's full of
press
shit.
site or anything, local news, nothing.
The
It was
FBI is watching
probably a
Dan in
checkpoint,
real time,
and he-
searching this information, going, "Here he goes again. Fuck, he's falling for Maga Man shit."
Well, yeah, because like he said when he made a preview for it, and he said, "Oh, I just saw a drive-by guy, and isn't it a coincidence? Because just last night I was on Kelly's live stream, and we were talking about drive-bys. Isn't it a weird coincidence that
Did that
here
really
I am?"
happen?
Oh, jeez.
I didn't
And
know
also,
that.
like he said, he was talking to cops. Classically, like he would hold up paperwork and be like, oh, "Look at what I got from it," but there's nothing in this incident.
No.
So I think he could just, like he said, like he saw a
It was
roped
probably a
off scene
checkpoint.
and he
Yeah.
pulled
Could have been
over.
him.
And he filmed himself, and he made it like he was part of the whole thing, and it's all bullshit.
Yeah, because again, his story changed even in that same video where at first it was yards away and then it happened right in front of him. Like, which one, Wally? Is it yards away or did it happen right in front of you?
Hello,
He
Mr.
gets
Officer.
mad when you scrutinize his words and then mention
Yeah,
it.
when you,
He'll block
My
you
name's
from the chat.
Wally. I was a witness to what happened here. Did you? What did you see, Mr. Wally? Well,
Well, that-
there's people hanging out of a car. Let me go and see what that. Oh, there's 3 pepper ball marks on this building over here. It's like,
Yeah, also, I gotta
Well,
let you know, I do have a
Matt
lie.
Boone pointed out, like in another video, Wally
You
was
can
like,
smell
he
my
said,
gun doesn't have that.
he said,
smell.
"Oh, I assaulted the black girls who were putting but then he said, "Oh, I grabbed my gun and I chased them away." So it's
Yeah,
like, what did you do, Wally?
Wait
You
a
know?
minute. Yeah, but assault is like unwanted touching. So what did he do?
Well, he said,
Yeah, he probably
said,
did
"Look
that.
at my bruise. It's a good thing I'm able to fight." And then let me tell you about how I chased the black girls away. So it's like, did you get that from? Like, I think that he ran after them and fell. But he didn't
Can you
elaborate.
imagine if they went to the cops and they were like, "This crazy white dude was screaming epithets at us and tried to beat on us." So
I'm telling you,
Well,
man.
I contacted his leasing office. It was he did that, and he was setting traps on the front lawn. So I'm like, I thought like if
Can
I
you
make
set
fun of
traps for black people on your front lawn, sir? Guy's like,
well,
I can't set
I
that
said I'm
for
like I'm
anybody.
like if I make a video making fun of this, it would be irresponsible if I didn't contact. That was like my thought process.
Wow. Shit.
Because like while he was getting, and it was right around the holidays, and I think he gets crazy because it's another Christmas without the kids, so he was like building to something. So I called his leasing office, and I'm like, do you have an email address? And I flat out sent them the video, and she was watching it on the phone with me, and she was like, yeah, I'm watching right now. Yeah, this is a little upsetting. This is she's like, I appreciate you letting me know. And then Wally made a video recently where he said, yeah, the leasing office came up to me and they said, did you do this thing? And I said, absolutely not. But he didn't say what they yelled at him about. But I like to think that Wally just lied to their face. He's like, I didn't do it, even though they saw a video of him saying how he's setting traps and chasing black girls. So yeah, while he's gonna be like, Dan King's bragging about contacting the leasing office. Like, yeah, while you're talking about attacking people walking around the property, yeah, I contacted the authorities.
The saddest thing about everything you said there was that holidays make him like all anxious and shit, and he gets all fucked up because man, there's at least one in every month, and some have two.
Well, this is like
you can't feel bad for him because
every
he did it
couple
to
weeks
himself.
he's getting aggravated by
Father's Day is probably gonna hit him right in the heart.
Oh,
you know,
that's great.
Do you have is Father's Day is a Canadian thing? Do you have that shit up there?
Of course.
You do? Because it's like a Walmart bullshit.
In Canada?
I think they invented it in the 50s.
We have Grandparents' Day too.
I hate that shit, man. It's like,
and we have Family Day too.
That's a lot of love right there.
It's just
and we have the whole Gay Pride Month, and we have.
So
the
do
whole
you
Black
think
History
she
Month.
lets the kids send him like a text on Father's Day, or is it just complete like he doesn't exist?
I bet like early on they probably let him have some kind of contact, but Walter abuses it, and then they yank it. You know, like I bet in the beginning they were like, okay, I don't want to contact you. You're not going to contact me. But if there's some emergency, you know, like if one of our parents die, like here's like there's some emergency, and then Wally immediately he's like, watch this video I made. You know, like he abused it. I'm speculating wildly, but I bet that they had some kind of initial contact, like channel, and Wally abused that, and now he's like, you know, throwing Hail Marys. Like that's the Hail Mary is some other subversive way to contact them.
And obviously that Hail Mary worked perfectly.
I remember he used to bitch about he would tell his mom to pass on a message and she would tell him to go fuck himself, and he'd be like, that bitch mother of mine won't do this for me, isn't she a bitch? Like that was one of the
I'm trying in that video I posted, I'm trying to find out the exact words that she tells him to stop. She says something and he has to stop recording, and he's like a little kid, he's like, oh, Mom.
Oh, the can, yeah, that was that was gold. Like when there was like a month he was at Mom's house and he was just doing shit like that. Like he'd be in a closet. Like I imagine their house was probably very small. So while he's trying to get some like private place, you know, his studio, but he's like in the bed. There was one he was in the bathroom. It's obviously sitting on the toilet and he's filming himself. And people made fun of him. And then he's like on the kitchen floor. Now he's in a closet.
No shame. Like he has no shame at all. He's legit like filming, like he's live streaming on the bathroom floor. like I imagine like people got to use the bathroom, and then you have this idiot in there for hours talking about vitamins. Like what the fuck?
Can you imagine if he's like live streaming like that?
The mom's like putting her ear up
I gotta
the wall,
go for
there's
shit. Let's
there's
go.
Wally like, oh, you don't get rose hips and vitamin C, guys. And she's like, what do they do? What is it, guys? Is someone in there? Are you okay, Walter? You know.
Yeah, like I have like a 2-hour video of Wally. Like I think he's in the bathroom talking about vitamins, but I don't want to put it up there because who wants to hear this guy talk about vitamins for 2 hours? Like it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember when on his old channel, when you sort the videos by least views, the worst views he got was like, look at the vitamins I use. It was like 22 views. Like even the trolls were like, fuck this boring shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like this guy's overweight. He's not healthy. Like he's drinking like crazy. And he's gonna try
hey guys,
you
want to look like me? Let me tell you my regime of vitamins. Like you're not exactly glowing with health, Walter.
And then he'll make a video later saying how he has no money, he can't afford anything, and he has like all these vitamins that he spent money on. And this is like GNC shit, so it's not cheap.
Yeah. He only gets a brand name. I bet you now he's doing Walmart vitamin B, but he probably,
absolutely.
It probably kills him when he grabs the bottle.
And I love how like his tips and tricks to save gas is he goes shopping at night. like dude, you're still traveling.
Somehow
the
you
same
use less gas
distance.
at night.
Oh, it's a
You're
gas.
And then
still traveling the
he
same
drives
distance.
around a crime-ridden part of South Carolina, North Carolina, for some air.
At
I'm
night
getting
for
some air.
cheap
He
gas.
isn't on a country road going nowhere. He's in uptown Charlotte, where the titty bars are. Just out for some air, guys. At
Barely have any
12:30.
of those.
I'm gonna save gas by going at night. Like, what? Is
I bet you
Walmart
he was
closer
going
at
to
night?
like the titty bar or something. He had like a bunch. He got the big windfall from the government, and he's going to the titty bar with a whole bunch of singles, smiling.
Yeah, let's see. So far, he's bought dolls. He's bought 4 Freddy Krueger shirts. He bought that Chinese wall divider thing. Like, dude's spending he's spending all the money that they granted him, and it's gonna be gone by August.
How much do you think? Ooh, I was gonna say this. I'm looking at my pictures. This was the club that was like where the crime happened. That's like right there. One of my viewers pointed that out.
That's where the checkpoint was, just to catch drunk people coming out. And he was
I
like,
was
"Oh
looking
yeah,
at
the
that.
drive-by." Dude,
How much you think?
he had to have that made, right? Like nobody sells that hat.
I don't
He
know.
had to have had that made. Who the fuck has
that is a printed hat.
It looks
who
like
sells a super straight hat? Like he made that hat, which means he paid easily. What,
You can go to a
$80,
flea
$40?
market. No, man. You can go to the flea market, or you can go to like a lot of malls. Have a guy that prints T-shirts and shit.
Right.
Whatever you want. You can bring in a picture of anything and put it on a USB stick, and then he puts it in. And as long as it's a good enough,
That's what it does look like.
he'll
That
just put it on whatever. He can
it's
do
like
it
when
in
you get
like 20
a birthday cake. You can get anything on a birthday cake.
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes, and he's got your hats ready.
And
to
then he
put on your
flashes
head.
the okay. Maybe it's a racist symbol. Just for
Well, yeah,
fun,
that's to piss off his trolls. Because some reason we're going to see that and be like, "Oh my god, I'm so angry right now."
But going back to the whole racist thing, like he gets
Photoshop.
mad when people call him a racist. But why even play around with that symbol if you're worried about being labeled a racist? Like, I realize that symbol, it's like a troll thing from 4chan, but there is like, it's so popular that true white supremacists now use that symbol. But regardless, you can have an argument whether it's racist or not, but like, why do it anyway? That's the thing with Wally. Like, why mention black people? Why flash the questionable symbol?
Super straight. Like seeing somebody like trying so hard to prove how straight he is just screams gay. Like the dude is like, like in the closet.
Obvious, right?
Yeah.
Well, I joked about it before. Like, I think, like, maybe he's too friendly with his trans friend, and he's like, I better get this hat just to let them know that I'm not interested. So
I'm
maybe
not
the
just
trans friend
straight,
is
I'm
like,
super
oh,
straight.
but Wally, I thought we were, you know.
Like, can you imagine this
Meanwhile,
guy walking into Walmart with that hat on? I'm like,
and
What's the
meanwhile,
goal?
he's got, like,
What does he think's going to happen? I don't.
he's got a
understand.
mustache but no beard.
Oh,
Somebody said it's
God.
just for attention, which I kind of
The mutton
maybe I
chops.
get that, but it's so like I don't understand the motive to get to like let
Yeah, no,
everyone
he's
know.
weird.
Super Saiyan.
Super straight.
Like, you don't need
All
to
right, dude.
announce that you don't plan on having a relationship with a trans person. Like, you don't need to announce that. Just don't do that. Like, it's just, like, oh, I don't like, women, flat-chested women. Like, there's no reason to advertise that. You could just,
He's like, if I say I have
swipe
a
to the
trans
left
friend,
or whatever you do.
they'll never get mad at me whenever they realize I do or don't.
Yeah, because Wally's such a ladies' man. Everybody's trying to get with him.
Well, that's what Hidden said.
Wow.
Hidden said he had such a problem with blondes, he would have to announce that he's not into blondes.
Sorry, ladies.
There was a time. Yeah.
No
And then,
vacancy.
and then I realized that was silly.
All right, guys. I got to get out of here. I'll see you guys.
All right, man.
Peace.
I may wrap it up. We're 3 hours in.
Of course. I was laughing because I was looking at the clock going, forget talking to the wife.
Yeah, well, the wife comes home around midnight, but she sent me a message. I think she wants me to have some food ready for her.
Oh, jeez.
Which
Here
I'll
comes the
do. I know I'm
microwave.
simping for the wife. I think she
Wow.
wants me to put. She wants me to get the barbecue going so she could do like s'mores. I think that's what she's hinting at. Is that a weird thing to do at midnight? Gotta get charcoal
No.
out.
Not really.
I think I'm gonna have a conversation. Like, what do you want me to get this barbecue? I mean,
Everybody
I'll
else
do
got
it.
their
You know.
windows open and they're like smelling s'mores and they're trying to sleep. They're like, what the fuck? Now I want s'mores. Everybody's like trying to get up and start
S'mores.
making
It's too
s'mores.
much work. It's like just get like a candy bar.
Is it?
I never got s'mores. It's like a thing to do around a campfire. That's why it's fun. You know, you got a stick and marshmallows.
So she wants hot dogs for dinner too. Put that on the end of the stick and put
She's
it
a
on the
Wally would hate her because she's Jewish and she's a vegetarian. So Wally would just like hate this woman. So
well, vegetarian.
Fun fact: I haven't had a serious relationship with a girl that wasn't a vegetarian, and I should get a hat like no vegetarians need apply or whatever. Because it's difficult. It's like I can get a steak or whatever, but it's always like, where do you want to eat? We got to make sure it's a place that has like a multitude of food.
Yeah, they have to have organic beans.
She doesn't like slaughtering animals, which I like. She's right. Like I like animals too. I like pet cows. Like that's me. But then I also like to eat cows because they taste good.
Yeah, you got to eat it.
Every few like when I was working in the city, I would try to stop eating beef because again, like mammals are kind of cool, pigs are cool, cows are cool, and I would do chicken because like birds, fuck birds. They're like little dinosaurs. Fuck them. Like eat them, kill them.
It's just a little short-sighted though.
But then I would smell someone else's beef or a steak. I'd be like, oh my god, that's the best thing ever.
And if you smell that Impossible Burger, you're like, that doesn't look.
Yeah, I tried it. It's like that. Also, like I feel like it's gonna be, like you see those commercials that are like, if you inhaled these fumes 10 years ago, call so and so. I feel like there's gonna be those commercials in 10 years. It's gonna be like, if you ate the plant-based hamburgers that we know now cause massive amounts of cancer, call so and so and so and so law firm, and we'll get you $1 billion. Like that's what I feel is gonna happen.
Windfall.
Yeah, like it's like we made this concoction in a laboratory and we got it out there and people loved it, but now you're getting weird colon cancer and stuff. So yeah,
and
that's what I feel is going to happen.
That the other thing is all the other stuff that comes from the plants or from the animals. Like you got your fertilizer, you got your leathers, you got all.
That's
kinds
how
of
I
stuff
rationalize eating cows. I'm like, one cow is like 1 million hamburgers, leather. Like everything's being used.
It's going to get used for whatever. They're never going to stop doing what they're doing.
Everything else they grind up, they make dog food, like you said, fertilizer. I'm like, I try to rationalize it, but
and here's the other thing, like you're saying, like the Impossible Burger shit. You're like, yeah, well, you know what that is? That's them treating us like fucking animals. Like basically saying, here's your kibbles and bits, and it's kind of like the old kibbles and bits, like the same shit you say to your pet when you're like, go to the cheaper shit.
Yeah.
You're like, it's the same food, man. Just eat it.
It's the Walmart brand of the dog food, and the dog's like, what?
Yeah. It's like I can tell that there's like some weird shit in this. This doesn't taste
like sand,
food
and it's made with sand.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what it is. It's like we want to move to something different, so you're gonna eat this now. It's like I don't think so, pal.
But that, like, I'll say, I'll feel there's a video of when there were cows that had been inside the barn all winter, and it's the first time they're allowed in the field, like early spring, and the cows are hopping around with joy, and I'm like, oh, they're feeling creatures with emotions like me. That one gets me every time. That video of the 800-pound steer like leaping, like, yay, it's the spring. I'm like, oh, they're like my dog. I'm eating my dog. Oh.
And they're doing it in slow motion, and Sarah McLachlan singing in the arms.
Yeah, some happy song.
Yeah. In the arms of the angels.
The woman that shot up the YouTube complex that Wally evoked, like she was a big vegan. That was like one of her themes on her videos was don't eat the animals.
Or else.
And then Wally was defending her, like, oh, well, YouTube, you censored her channel, so she had to come and shoot you up.
Yeah, but it wasn't
the conservative guy who's like, if you have a company, you set the rules, but like if they, cancel Wally, then it's time to get shot.
He doesn't realize the connections there.
I reported the video and nothing happens. I think it takes a while for YouTube to, but I figured in this day and age with all the someone makes a crazy video and then they shoot up someplace, like you think YouTube would react faster, but like whatever. I kicked my camera.
That's the funny thing. They always come out and say something beforehand. It's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like your heart's not really in it if you're doing that.
But I also think that
like you're setting it up.
Wally is like, I'm like shocked at some of the stuff Wally does, but I think law enforcement are like, there's thousands of Wallies out there. There's people that make a crazy boast on YouTube.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, imagine being a cop. Imagine being a cop when the whole YouTube thing just started happening. Like, in addition to everything else you had to deal with, now you get a call. It's like, oh yes, someone made a video on the internets, and you got to go to their house and be like, Larry, are you serious about killing everybody at the town hall meeting because you made a video? Like, they had to add this whole YouTube world onto the list of shit cops would have to do on a day-to-day. Like, great,
Well,
thanks a lot, internet.
He seems like the type of person that if he could legally carry and own, he would. So the fact that he doesn't says something.
Yeah, like Slippery pointed it out. He goes, he may have said it to me. I don't know if we talked about it like openly, but he said like something about the system is working because Wally is not allowed to have a weapon. You know, like even in North Carolina, they're pretty lenient with like giving out weapons to people. Even there, he can't get his hands on a real weapon. Or I think Wally, maybe part of him knows that if he got a hold of like a hunting rifle, he may kill himself with it. I don't know if he has that much foresight, but I think maybe it is possible that
him out if he was holding it.
He may be like, if I get a real firearm, I'm gonna kill myself with it.
Either by
but who
hand
knows?
or by
We're speculating wildly.
cop.
Wally, come on in and tell us if you'll shoot yourself with a rifle.
Well, the whole thing with the pepper ball. I mean, like, come on. That's
he did say he'd kill himself with a pepper ball gun.
That's gonna, like, what kind of damage that would do, and then it would be a bad move for sure. But I think you'd survive that, and I don't think it would be very comfortable for most part.
It would be good because he wouldn't be able to talk probably. So there goes his YouTube career.
Well, if it was gonna finish you off, it was gonna be because you like swole up your throat and it couldn't breathe or some shit.
Unless I think we joked about it the one time. He gets to think, "Hi, everybody." It's like that.
Now I got the real.
I'd like
Darth
to talk
Vader
to you about
voice.
Freddy Krueger sweaters. He's with Freddy Krueger costume. Hey, kiddies. Everyone's like, that's not screen accurate.
He's got it hooked up to the computer so it does Darth Vader's voice. No, Luke, I am your father.
I had to make a video about the LGBT community.
Oh, man.
I watched a really bad kung fu movie from 1982. And there was this weird time during the 80s where they tried using although the kung fu movies became like fantastical, like there was magic and lasers and shit. And there's one part where a guy whips out a sword and it's a lightsaber, and it makes the like lightsaber. But when they lifted the sound, they also lifted. There's like a split second where you hear. So like they just cut the sound effect from a star like Empire Strikes Back. So the Asian guy whips out a sword and it goes boom, and then it stops. And I'm like, that was really piss poor editing right there. Like, you could have cut out but that would be Wally's videos if he. My wife actually described someone who was in the hospital. They were dealing with I shouldn't talk. I'm gonna get flagged. They would talk. They got hit with the corona with the kung flu. I'll talk in code.
Kung Fu.
And I thought this was perfect because it was a woman and she had a stroke or something, and she couldn't speak, and she shit and pissed herself. And they don't know if it's going to get better. And I was like, that's the perfect punishment for Wally. If there's a God up in heaven, if Wally can't speak and he shits himself constantly because he's like a clean freak and he likes to do YouTube videos. So that would be, he couldn't even go on YouTube and tell everyone how he's suffering because he can't talk.
He just switched to Reddit.
This is terrible. Yeah.
He's like the Twitter guy doing that shit.
Maybe he would make Esteban. Oh, he would just do Phantasma. He would just do a robot voice. He'd be like, guys, let me tell you my story.
Nightbot.
He likes robots.
Nightbot robot wrench.
Nightbot. I remember I'm like before I sat on the computer, I'm like I bet $1 billion that Nightbot is free. And then I look it up. Oh, sure enough, free, you know. God forbid he spends $10 to get rid of the trolls, you know.
I'm surprised it's not just him on another account and wrenching himself and then going to the other account and talking to people that way.
No, because he cranked it up to like 12. Like, you know, Nightbot was appearing every 4 seconds, like in the chat, just like, oh, Nightbot's here. I'm here to look out for you're about to get zapped. Maga Man's in the house. It was like he put in all these stupid phrases, and it was like, dude, dial it down. Like you know, I know you're excited about your new free software, but you know, it ain't all that.
Just trying to start a new trend.
And then, like an hour into that live stream, YouTube yanked it, which I thought was all this. Like he's preparing with Nightbot, and went away.
Nightbot was hidden by YouTube. Oh shit!
Well, you pointed out, like oh, maybe Nightbot violates terms of service, but it seems like it's designed to do what it does. So maybe it's like allowed or whatever. But it does seem like something like, you know, it's like a little like you're probably right on the cusp of violating some terms of service with an automated thing.
Oh, I think you're
running
100%.
in the background. Or just grow a pair of balls and be able to like handle questions from your audience. How about you do that, Maga Man?
Oh yeah, right. It's like Joe Biden. Man, that guy's
Biden's
all over
probably
the place.
He's blocked. You can't say Biden. You could say Brandon though. Wally likes talking in code. Just he calls him Brandon.
Because of Biden boy.
Yeah. I remember watching the live stream. Biden boy popped up in the chat, and Biden boy said, "Oh, I told the Masons about your racist video. Feliz Navidad." That's what Biden boy said. And while he was, I think it may have been one of your, like he was with you, and he was like, "Oh." And other people like, "Oh shit!" Like, and while he was like, "I gotta go, guys," and he left.
Oh, what? When was this?
This was like way back. This is like in
Has to be,
a year and a half ago. And that's when Wally got such a bug up his ass, he ended up sending emails to all the Mason guys because Kevin got one, and it was like, I'm Walter, I'm the shock jock. I don't even think Wally wrote it as himself. I think he said, I'm a friend of Wally, and Wally's under attack by these men. And again, like imagine, like you're not even thinking about Walter. Like Walter left the lodge a year ago, and all of a sudden you get an email. It's like, I'm Wally, and there's trolls and these people and hidden MGTOW and like live streams. It's like what? But that's Maga Man just drawing attention to his crazy world. Like no one knows about your YouTube nonsense. Now they do, Wally. You know. But that's how he reacted to Biden boy.
I still have to check out that other person's channel because
which person? There's so many.
Shit. I keep forgetting the name. That's why I have a hard time
Slippery.
Going and seeing it. No,
Babu.
The lady, whatever.
Queen Mahat.
Queen Mahat.
There's a whole lot of nothing there. It's all just, it's like extreme, weird, right wing, black, conservative stuff.
Well, I have to
if you're into it, it's kind of like maybe there's something interesting, but Wally comes in, I feel like he never has anything to add to the conversation. Which Wally has a good speaking voice.
Is he always there?
He has a good speaking voice, but he can never stay on topic. Like if he did, he'd probably, like when he does, I think that's when he gets his subs. Like people are like, oh, this guy sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
It's like Queen Ma'at or something, isn't it?
Oh, I can. Let me see. I was gonna say she has multiple channels, but I'm thinking of that other dude.
This one with the Terminator face lady.
Yeah, it's yeah. She can't even.
Here, I'll show you what. I'll show you.
That's her. Oh, it's Queen Mahat Girl TV.
Yeah, it's like Queen Ma'at. Like there's a comma in there and shit.
Yeah, again, great. You know.
Check on the bottom there.
I lost what I'm looking at. Where's my StreamYard go? StreamYard. Oh, let's see.
It's this one here.
Yes, that's her.
And how am I gonna know which ones he's in? That's like, yeah.
Oh, I could. Let me see. I think I remember. Well, I haven't checked that in a while. No, they all look the same. I was gonna say I could probably recognize the
She
screen,
gotta have
but
a
they
lot of
all look
fake
the same.
fucking views. She's getting like
She's also
got fake
monetized, so
subs.
when you start up a thing, yeah, they all look the same. I can't. It's her
She
with
has,
the red dress, robot face, and
yeah, she has 2.24K subscribers, but she's not even getting my numbers on streams.
she makes too many. It's like every day, multiple times.
Yeah.
It's always surprising. Like, what do these people do? Like, do they work? Like, what do they?
Like, I think if I was to, like, it's the same amount of time that I would put in most times. Like, if she puts in 8 hours, she gets 264 views. But she's putting on a big, huge fucking thing because most of
But
her
it's also every
videos are
day.
pretty
It's
short.
like, yeah, every day.
Yeah,
every
she's
day.
got like 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours.
I'm trying to think when I went on the live stream for a little bit. Was it a month or
They're
two
hit and
ago?
miss.
I don't remember. It was before this whole shooting stuff.
Like, you would have to look at all these. You have to look at all these names and think, where does he fit? White Wednesdays? Biden? What the hell is this about? Biden is the economy, stupid. 8 days ago, he might have.
Yeah, I just remember like she went live and I was driving, so I had nothing else to do. So I threw it on, and I also
There we
saw
go.
Wally was in it, and I threw it on, and like as soon as I turned it on, Wally's like, "Oh yeah, they're after me, and they called my apartment," and I was like rolling my eyes. I'm like, "This fucking guy," and it got me so mad. Like I went on, but she like shut me down immediately. It was like she was totally on Team Maga Man. I'd have to look through. I bet you I sent it to the guys I chat with on Facebook, but I'd have to dig it up and find them. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's already 11:30.
All right.
I gotta take a piss. You gotta do a thing tomorrow. I'm hoping I can. Like, I don't have my son with me anymore, so I may be able to stay up late and actually join your stream because I missed the last few. And I'll jump on there and get you a strike again.
Well,
what movie are you going to watch tomorrow?
That other dude and Maga Man didn't get a strike, so.
Oh, the guy. His name was like, "What's wrong with being white?" Is it that guy? He changed his name for a little bit. That was like his name. I think it's who you're talking about. Like he.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much. People can figure out if they know where to look.
Uh-oh. Top secret stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's like all the shows now. You get the link one time.
Well,
So if you want to continue watching,
yeah,
remember the link. It's just not listed.
Oh, it's what do they call it? Unlisted.
It's not.
That's right.
It's not private. It's just
private,
unlisted,
and public.
If you want to watch the show again, you got to know the link, and
Got a
then
couple of
eventually
those.
it might be privated. So if you want to record it, you're gonna have to download it.
You gotta jump in right in the right moment.
Yeah, because if you've been noticing, that's kind of been happening with my channel. I'm slowly pulling stuff back off of it. Just because I don't need the hassle of all of that shit in the past, right?
Well, if you make it private, does that mean that it's not going to get scrutinized by YouTube? Because it's still there.
It's still there, and so that means
People
eventually
may not report it, right? That's like
yeah.
But I think it's
Well,
still like it's like still there, and they're probably still looking at it. Maybe it's low priority or something.
They are, and it's only whenever they get certain reports of people, then they'll go and looking through, and then they'll
see what they got
through. Yeah, they'll run the bots over it, and then when the bots are done, they'll have the people look at the ones the bots pulled out.
It's
a big process. It's a pain in the ass. It costs money, so yeah.
All right.
They don't really
okay.
want to do it for nothing.
All
But
right, I'm
like
wrapping it up because I
yeah,
got to go to the bathroom.
eventually those videos are getting pulled off of YouTube completely. Like they're gonna get deleted. They're already, a lot of them are recorded.
Yeah, you just
So
record them.
The ones eventually that are go private, they're also gonna get deleted. It's like a cycle that I'm going through.
I was gonna say, but then the comments go away. But the way you have it, the comments are just embedded in the video.
Right. For the most part.
I still gotta figure out how to. I mean, I think I know how to do it. I'm having a problem with the audio. Well, my problem is, like, do you have to use virtual mic software in addition to OBS to do that? Because don't you have to, when you play a video, don't you have to select it as a source?
Well, you're not gonna select your mic as a source.
Yeah, but like so this is what maybe I'm doing it wrong. I join StreamYard. I select the mic as this mic.
Yeah.
So if I use OBS, it's not playing through this. So I would have to do a virtual mic software and then switch between this and
you should
video
still be able to have that plugged in and be able to use it as a source strictly just for the mic.
But like if I want to go to StreamYard and play a video and use that audio, how would I do that without extra software? That's like my dilemma.
Well, you should just be able to use it the same way as you do now. You just select it as a source though through OBS. If it's on you and it's plugged in, it's
but StreamYard is. Are you telling me if I select it in OBS, it'll play through this mic? Because like StreamYard just knows I'm talking through this mic.
Yeah,
that's my dilemma.
Well,
that was my tech question for you.
To people in StreamYard, it's using that mic for StreamYard, and to OBS, it's using that mic as your mic. You just select
OBS like doesn't even come into like OBS is just a video when I'm in StreamYard, right?
Yeah, but you wanted to show your chat. That's what you were talking about. That's why I said an OBS, because that's how you put the chat. It's an overlay from OBS.
Oh, I know how to do all that. My problem is just the audio. Like when you go to StreamYard, you pick your audio source, and it's like gaming mic, whatever this thing's called. But then how do I play audio from OBS to my audience in StreamYard without selecting like virtual mic software? That was what I thought you were doing.
To OBS? It's just
because StreamYard is like all the audio comes from here. So no matter what I do in OBS with audio, it doesn't know what to play. That was my dilemma. And when I researched, they're like, oh, you have to run virtual mic software and then select that virtual mic in StreamYard. Okay. And then you swap between my mic and the OBS source. But it's another step, and it sounds like you weren't doing that. So I'm like, what is Hidden magically doing that I don't know about?
I guarantee I'm not doing anything magic. That's for sure.
Your stuff is pretty impressive, though. I gotta say, like all the overlays and stuff. It's a lot of juggling.
Yeah, because everything just goes through the OBS for me to stream to YouTube.
So, like, but right now in StreamYard, what do you have selected as your microphone source? You have your Yeti mic, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, maybe OBS is doing something. Maybe OBS just does it. So, like, when you were playing,
you have to select it. You have to go in OBS. You have to go to audio, go to your mic settings, and you have to change the mic there if you want to change it.
Oh, so maybe OBS does something and it routes it to the mic. All right. I'm boring the hell out of the audience. It's fine. It's the end of the show.
I'm thinking about your wife's dinner. She's gonna be all pissed off. It's gonna be something out of a TV dinner box.
Her dinner of s'mores.
Oh, is that all it is? I thought it was like you had to make her dinner.
Well, she sent me a Facebook link. Excuse me, from last year. Like I guess it comes up like 1 year ago today. She came home and the barbecue was running, probably because I made burgers earlier. And she came home and like we were able to do s'mores, and she's like, "Oh, remember that memory?" So she's like, "Remember last year when you did that?" So I don't know, is that some code I'm supposed to fire at the barbecue? I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I mean, she likes.
I don't feel like smelling like charcoal. It's late.
She likes the smell of burnt animal flesh going onto her s'mores. It makes it taste good.
She does eat gravy and soup. So it's like, what do you like? I always make fun of her. Like, she'll do gravy and stuff. She's like, "Oh, I love gravy." I'm like,
more vegan than vegetarian then.
So I'm like, I keep on telling him, like, just have, like, I'll have a steak. I'm like, if you had this, we'd change your world. She's like, no, gross, muscle. Oh, I'm like, all right.
Just like eggs. I
try. She does eggs. Does she do it? Yeah, she does eggs all the time.
So she's vegan then. So she's
yeah, but like I said,
cool
gravy
animal
and
byproducts.
But she's fine with blood. She's fine with gravy and soup broth.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm really going because I got to go to the bathroom.
All right.
All right, man. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Cool. See you then.
All right. See you. Bye. I'll remove you. Bye. Okay, it's just me. Sorry about there's 2 people watching. It's not my greatest show. No Slippery. I like it when Slippery comes on, but it's fine. We went on with that. We had some technical problems up top. We sorted them out. We got through it. No Slippery. I like it when Slippery comes on, but it's fine. We went on with that. We had some technical problems up top. We sorted them out.
Is that me doing this?
We got through it. Oh, hold on. Oh, I did remove. I heard myself talking, but I see what happened. I still have hidden in the background. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. We had a good show. Thanks everyone for coming on to the chat. I guess Penny dropped out. I like it when Penny hangs on. And that's it. And I guess I'll end. Oh, I have an outro. Let me try to play the outro. Should probably just go to the bathroom because I really have to go. All right, here's my outro. Maybe it'll work. And I'll see you guys all next week. Bye.
Video ends now.